The 2025 Game Award nominees are in. The team has voted. Joined by Matt of the For the Crew podcast, the squad is near full effect talking about the good, the bad, and the undeserving of the Game Awards. Let's get started. What's good, squad? Welcome into another episode of Phuca-pod, a Phucaname product. Find us all across the web at Phucaname, Phucaname. Check out our other episodes of our podcast. Follow us, rate us 5 stars so we can continue to bring these squad vibes to you. I'm your host, Frosty Phoenix. Follow me across the web at Frosty Phoenix, FROSTYPHENIX. I never do that at the beginning, and I always forget to do it. I finally remembered to do that.
Well done.
Google me if you want to, FROSTYPHENIX. Here with the usual squad specs. Squad, introduce yourselves and where people can find you on these interwebs.
Yo, what's goody? It's your boy Wavy God, of course. You already know this nigga lover, anime watcher, video game player. You know what I mean? Of course, like Frosty said, y'all go follow us over on Phucaname on all our social medias. Of course, you read the podcast 5 stars, Apple and Spotify podcast. Go and like and share and comment on our YouTube videos, especially when you drop the podcast over there. You know what I mean? And of course, you already know, shout out to the games, shout out to everything gaming, everything nerdy. And of course, shout out to Max Biggerville for coming home. You already know the original Wavy one, but I'm gonna let the next squad mate go up.
What's up, y'all? It's Corner Fox, a.k.a. One Speed Wanda, a.k.a. Leroy Justice. We got a real good thing going today, man. Now, I'm a kiss holder at those 3. I mean, I could do, a.k.a. Saniska, and I could shout out The Woman King. Not enough people still seen that movie. Not enough people seen The Woman King.
That's
that
crazy.
Shit was heat.
That was heat.
People have seen that movie.
Really good movie.
That was an
man.
amazing movie.
Shout out to, anyways. Corner Fox is more dangerous than the Jackal. Let me get my shout out to Hideo Kojima first. The God, right? We got a lot of good stuff in the Game Awards to talk about today. You're going to hear me mention Hideo Kojima a lot, as well as everything Witcher. Might even sneak Baldur's Gate in there. It's going to be a good time. You can find me with the squad at Phucaname. Don't go looking for me personally, though, because I can't fuck with none of y'all, man. No, I'm just playing. You can find me at Sonny Burns, SANIBURNS, on Instagram and Phucaname everywhere else. Keep rating us 5 stars. Tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like so we can debate you. Other than that, man, this will be good. We pass it on to the next one.
One true noob here. As everybody else is saying, we're having a great show for you today. We're going to discuss and debate and argue and end friendships. So, 2-time author, creator of the Order Sanctus, and just part-time squad member here discussing games.
Don't do that
for the love of the game.
Don't do that part-time. I only work here a few hours of the week. No big deal.
Sometimes let me on. Sometimes they don't. So no. Thank you. Thank you for checking out our podcast, and also just rate us 5 stars and enjoy the conversation. I'm going to throw it over to our esteemed guest.
Yes, sir.
Matt for Crew. I am a host of the podcast For the Crew. It's a soccer podcast about the Columbus Crew in Major League Soccer. If you like sports, follow us. Let's just get into it.
Okay.
That's a fact. It's called soccer. It's soccer now, all right? 2026 World Cup, USA.
It's not football? It's not football anymore?
Not until the World Cup is over. I won't respect it. It's soccer right now.
I got you.
If y'all heard or saw the last Expedition 33 podcast, y'all already know that Matt was on there as well.
Yeah, Matt was our special guest on that.
Second time here.
All right, so like our guest said, let's dive right into it. Introduction for the first bit of the conversation. The Game of the Year candidates. We already know what they are in the list. We'll just go through them really quick. Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. Death Stranding 2, On the Beach. Donkey Kong Bonanza. Hades 2. Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Which I did not think that was going to make it. But
I didn't either.
The number of indies on this list are 4. The number of sequels on this list, 4. Number of franchises, 1. What are we saying to the gaming industry right now? Open up to the floor with guests. First,
Yeah.
what are we saying to the gaming industry right now? We have our discussions. He was holding that answer for a second.
I was. Where's your take? No, I'm just playing.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot to say about that. I mean, I think it's kind of showing that we are not really about, like, how do I want to say it? We don't care as much about the name as much as the quality of the game. And those smaller studios now, I think, are doing things they want to do, or the independent studios want to doing something what they want to do, and those are the things that the gamers want to see. And a lot of the times, the bigger companies, whether it's Ubisoft or EA or whoever else, it's all about this. and
Moolah.
and
those two suck.
and the way you make that is try to accommodate the most amount of gamers, and that doesn't make the best games.
Yeah,
Got you.
that's right.
And it's also going towards what we've been saying for years too. That indie has been like really pushing the needle recently, and it's starting to show. I mean, it's always been showing, but like now it's like really on display, especially with this award. You know what I'm saying?
You know who else has been pushing the needle recently?
Who?
And
Is it
also
Kojima?
not so
No?
recently. You're onto something, man. You're onto something. Because is it Kojima? The answer is always yes. It's always yes. All right? Yes, he's been pushing the needle. And even though Death Stranding 2 is in fact a sequel, I will continue to say it. It belongs here simply because of the fact there is no game that you have ever played or will ever play that is like Death Stranding or Death Stranding 2. Hideo Kojima is a creative. He is an inventor. He is wonderful.
Is Death Stranding like Death Stranding 2?
Here's what I think, because I think no, it's a great question. It's a great question.
It is.
And I'm gonna tie this full circle because Noob and I talked about this.
Not half circle, just full circle.
Full circle, because 360 degrees. All right, 360 degrees. When you have a sequel in this category, what that should mean is that you have taken what you did in the first one and you have improved upon your design, as Lupe might say, right? You got to improve upon the design, right? That's what you got to do. If you don't improve upon it, right, to a significant degree, you don't belong there. Like, you just don't belong there. So Death Stranding 2 significantly improved. Story, much more complex. Voice acting crazier, motion capture crazier, elements crazier, combat crazier. They took it to another level. I think it belongs there. When God of War Ragnarok was nominated, I think it took that to the next level. I think it belonged there. So I think as long as those things happen, I am fine with a sequel making that category. I think it's perfectly fine.
I mean, no wrong with a sequel making a category.
But if it's just not improving on things as much, then it then it's debatable. So but to answer your question, I think Death Stranding 2 was a significant improvement on Death Stranding 1. I think it belongs there. I think it's a high Game of the Year candidate, and Hideo Kojima does what I think a lot of other game creators and designers have failed to do throughout, which is innovate and give you an experience that you have never experienced before. I think if you gave people unlimited budget and unlimited time, at some point you might get a game like, Battlefield. You might get a first-person shooter. You might get a medieval RPG like Kingdom Come. You will never, ever get a game like Death Stranding unless Hideo Kojima is born and exists on this planet. But that's the beauty of creatives who create things. You never get Studio Ghibli without Miyazaki. You never get certain things without people who experience the world and bring their visions to life. So that's something worth celebrating.
I respect that.
I think the other sequels there, Silk Song, Kingdom Come, and Hades 2, I think they all have significantly improved upon their bases. While I have not personally played Kingdom Come Deliverance, I can say that I have seen several people streaming it, and it is very immersive, if not just taking you through Henry of Scallott's story and what you can do through the romance options and through the combat. You can make him whoever you really want him to be, whether it's a blacksmith, whether it's proficient in sword combat to the point where he's participating in tournaments, whether he's making potions. Like, I'll say the gameplay is not necessarily for me, but just living in that world and making yourself who you want to be, I think it excels at that in leaps and bounds. So same with Silk Song, improving on everything that Hollow Knight had, and with Hades 2 and on Hades 1. So I think,
Hades 2 is a
like you
definite
said,
improvement.
yeah, I think like what you said, Frosty, it's not that the fact that there's so many sequels here. I do think that there is an epidemic, if you will, of sequels within the gaming community. But I also think that, like you said, Cornered Fox, that it is a indictment on a risk averse um, game industry that you can't say that you are a success now if you're second place or third place or even fifth place, which you could have said back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Now, if you're not the most talked about game, if you're not the one that's selling 3 million copies within 3 to 5 days, you're irrelevant within
Which we
Mm.
got to stop
maybe
that
about
Let
society.
me
two
let me
or
pick.
2 or 3 weeks.
I'm gonna
But
piggyback on this just 1 second because I think what's important here too is that look at I mean, with the exception of, Clair Obscur and even like Donkey Kong, right? I mean, Donkey Kong does have a whole list of, you know, games in the past, right? Clair Obscur, right? New. Death Stranding 1, when that came out, was that new creative thing, right? Awesome. When Ghost of Tsushima came, even though Yote wasn't nominated, which is bullshit, but like when Ghost of Tsushima came out, this new experience. When Hades came out, when Hollow Knight came out, right? When Kingdom Come, right? Like obviously, Deliverance 2, significant improvement. But like when those first ones came out, when you see something that's there and you're like, well, we want more of this, right? This new thing came out, now we want more. Awesome. Like that's cool. Like we want the sequel to something great. We do. But we don't ever want that buck to stop. Like we want the combination of continuing dope stuff that y'all have created, and we want new creative stuff. Like and as gamers, yeah, we want to have our cake and eat it too. Like we want you to do both of those things. Give me more of what's dope, and also create new dope stuff for me.
Right. More.
Yeah,
More.
exactly.
Yeah.
Do you want this or this? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. Yes, exactly. As long as it's heat.
Well, and I think gamers, as much as let's just be honest, as picky as gamers are, and we do have a right to be, especially when costs are rising and they are now
I'm glad you
demanding
said
more of
that.
our time.
I'm glad you said that. We got every right to be. You goddamn right we do.
I mean, you have every right to be as a consumer, right? I pay money for a product; it should work.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What a concept!
Hard-earned money.
But you can see with every one of these games that's being nominated with Game of the Year, name one of these games that did not have visual, audio, I'll say even visible, just passion behind it. Like you could even say Donkey Kong Bonanza, right? We haven't seen a Donkey Kong game in a long, long time. I forget what the
Yeah.
last one was. It might have been Tropical Freeze or Donkey Kong
I think so. It
Returns.
might have been Tropical Freeze. You might be right.
But like, especially new one, not a remake.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Yeah.
fact that you can just, with the same engine as Super Mario Odyssey, just destroy everything. You can choose which way you destroy. You can carve new paths. And similar to Super Mario Odyssey, you can solve the puzzles that it throws at you in the game in a myriad of ways. It's not just one way, kind of like Breath of the Wild, you know? You could put the ball through the maze, or you can just flip the maze upside down and just roll the ball over. Like, they want the players, they want to give players the tools to go ahead and be free in their execution. And I think really that level of freedom and that level of passion will attract gamers. Take Expedition 33, right? That, honestly, I think one of the reasons that's doing so well, and you can speak to this, Matt, or anybody else who's played it, I think it just filled a gap that people were asking for, and other game companies that specialized in this just weren't giving. They said, we have our audience, we have them captive, we'll just put this out so that we can get money back, versus Claire Obscure saying, we're going to do that because people like this type of game, but we're going to put our heart and soul behind it. And we're going to remix it in a way that people say, hey, I've had this cake before, but this is a new flavor. Like this is cheesecake, but it's got a tanginess to it. I'm trying to do some kind of ratatouille type metaphor. It's not working. But
no,
like,
I get it.
I'm following.
It's all right.
It's
We're
something
still
that
here.
I've already tasted, but the flavor is new. And really, that's all you need to do to make. I say all you need to do, but that's what you need to do to capture your audience.
Or like
Get their
Food Wars.
goodwill. Well, yeah, get their goodwill and then
the Food
keep
Wars.
it.
Yeah.
Which
I think
unfortunately does take time, investment, and people. I hope they hear that.
Yes.
I think
Yes.
I think your initial point was the best one about the gap. I think it filled a big gap.
Yeah.
And I think once people got this, and we've talked about this a little bit internally ourselves, I think there's a great story in Expedition 33.
Fantastic story, actually.
Amazing story that's there. And you get to experience it through this gameplay system that has been longed for and coveted. This turn-based, wonderful, visually appealing system that they delivered on wonderfully. So you have this pleasant thing, and now you're able to experience this great story through it in an era where that method of delivery is so long gone. Kingdom Hearts 3, for example, Final Fantasy, the big culprit. I mean, the way that their stories are being told is different. It's more live action combat, right? They kind of went away from the turn-based style. But there's a lot of us, like you mentioned, who love that and who want that and who see the potential there. So when they give that to us and they meet us with things that we want, now it's like, oh, yes, I've been asking you, Chick-fil-A, to bring back the spicy chicken breakfast biscuit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much.
It sounded like something personal. It sounded like something personal.
It was personal.
That was from the heart.
They took it away for a while. Would you
And
take
they
this
took it
away?
away from
Why
us.
would you take it? And then they brought it back, and it was just like, oh my God. But see, that's the thing. Then, and Matt, I promise I'll let you go. When you saw that, all I was thinking, and Frosty, you was probably thinking too. All I was thinking is, I was like, now Final Fantasy, you see this? You see this? You know what I'm saying? Do you see it? Do it. You know what I'm saying? Or at least give me the option.
My different thought was, interestingly enough, like when we're talking about the remake series, like, Kingdom Hearts set that precedence, right? Be able to move during combat and then give you the menu option like a turn-based. And then they said, let's do that. But now it's on Final Fantasy, the 7 remakes. And then, 16 went full on Devil May Cry action combat masher.
No, not all the way. It was
you can do some combinations, but you don't have to. You like with Clive and 16, you're not beholden to a menu during the. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we're back to the turn based, but now you're engaged in the turn based moment. Like you could literally walk away and not worry about getting your butt beat while you go grab a drink real quick without hitting pause. You know what I'm saying? Like I think my thought with that was like it's a welcome refresher from the constant movement and being able to like think about the actions first and the build up, like especially like when you set up your character, like when you do the flames from Mael, and then when you got those flame stacks, then you do like Lune when the character's on fire, then you get this extra bonus, blah blah blah, and then when you do that, then Versal says, oh, if my health is low, then I do this, then that's a game. Like the turn based setup is so like engaging for your mind. So I really appreciate it overall going back
and you're
to
a
that style.
Final Fantasy X lover.
Yeah.
That's my favorite Final Fantasy game as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
We got 3. Just select. Okay.
Hey, I love it too. I'll take a remake of Final Fantasy X with this same exact system. I won't.
I mean,
even playing the remaster recently, and I can appreciate it again, but even when I'm talking about it right now, would that benefit from a remake now?
Yes.
I would probably lean like that would need playing through it now. It's like it's kind of like even kind of jarring for certain things. I still love the nostalgia of it, but it's like this could benefit from going back in the kitchen and seeing what they should do with it.
I think if it's been 2 console generations, I think it can get a remake. I think that's fine.
Keep it turn based.
Keep it
turn based. Keep it turn based. Yeah,
and that's the thing too with what y'all said, the interesting point y'all said about like stuff being missing. That's why Clair Obscure Expedition 33 was able to like really gain that audience, And I want to keep it clear: it's not the turn-based, like, that's missing, because there's a lot of turn-based RPGs out there. I just want to get that shit straight right now. There's a whole lot of JRPGs, a lot of turn-based RPGs out there, but people are just not like. I don't know if they're not looking for them, or they're just not like, I don't know. This just had like a lot of more push behind it and stuff.
Well, like you brought this up.
It may be the fact that, and I could be wrong here, so comments jump on me here. I'll be the sacrificial lamb.
I know exactly what this is.
It might be the fact that Final Fantasy, when you think of turn-based, that's what you think of. And so for Final Fantasy to go so, I'll say experimental, I won't even say off base, because they may think...
and then Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, they may think that, our audience will want something more, because they could, I won't even say more, I'll say better. And they may experiment by trying to go less from a turn-based type game to more hack and slash like Devil May Cry. And now they may see that, no, there still is a very significant portion of our audience that really wants to keep it turn-based. And so we need to go back to that. Claire scratched that itch for a lot of people, similar to the fact that, Pokemon has been doing all of this kind of experimentation and kind of whatnot, and it's not been going as well with them, except for the fact that people just buy it because of the name. But even so, you get newcomers like Digimon.
That came from the soul right there.
That just does it really well. Digimon just shows like, hey, you can still do the turn base, and you can also give people their cake and they can eat it as well. Those graphics. Ooh, those graphics.
Yeah, you do.
Well, that's what Claire did. Expedition 33. I mean, the difference was that, and I'm glad you brought this up, because look, as an RPG lover myself, and I know several of us are, turn-based games been there.
Yeah, they didn't go anywhere.
Sea of Stars was fire.
Sea of Stars, yeah.
Yep.
This is beat that joint. Like my wife beat that joint. You know what I'm saying? She's like getting into the gaming sphere, and she was locked in. She beat that joint. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And there are so many that continue to be out here. I think
Sumo RPG Remake was fire too.
Absolutely. So I think what set Expedition 33 apart was all the real-time elements that they threw in there.
Yeah, okay.
I think that helped the system to be more than just turn-based. I think the reward that you feel from dodging and parrying was addicting. That was very rewarding. When you hit that joint, you're like, oh yeah, can't touch me, right? Cool. Now I have different thoughts about the parry system, because I think the parry system was a little too OD. Personally, I think it was a little too OD. Like, I think that, never mind, we ain't even going to get into it now. But I think it was very rewarding. It was very rewarding. I think it was the most stylish turn-based RPG that we may have ever seen.
And free shooting?
Stylish.
And free shooting?
Yeah, that free shooting was
if
amazing.
you talk about how stylish that game looked,
yeah,
it is just, and that's before we get to, I'm sorry, I'm going to let you go. That's just before we get to the other things that make some of these big AAA games great. You got the narrative. You got, again, the voice acting. You got the storyline in general.
Jennifer English went crazy. She went crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jen English, Jennifer English.
That's what I think set it apart, and what it delivered to us was what we was kind of used to hoping that, like, Final Fantasy might get. Like, take the AAA-ness and now innovate with this system. But instead, they just went live action combat, which is cool. But I think that's what set it away from all of the other turn-based RPGs that are currently out and currently exist. This took it into a new stratosphere.
Yeah.
And I want to be clear. This would be my last point on this. I don't think it is wrong for a game company to try to innovate in a different direction.
No, of course not.
If you
that's what you need.
Well, it's what you need, but then you get situations like Final Fantasy and Clair Obscur. The thing is, how much you have to clock, or gauge is a better word, how much of the risk do you want to assume to go in a slightly different direction to maybe try to capture other audiences without betraying the fan base that made your name what it is?
Well, I would even say for Final Fantasy, they are definitely I wouldn't say the word is culprit, but you can see they definitely have tried since between 10 and now. Like you say, between like 1 and 10 was a clear definition. Like the turn base was there, the graphics improvement, all that. Once you got to 10, 11, 12,
No disrespect
13. Oh, yeah, 10 and 10 too. Like, but that was still on a turn-based battle, but that was still like on in the 10 realm. But then when you get to 14, like 14 is open world MMORPG. 15, the only way you could level up is when you battled enough and then went and slept. And you had to travel the world and you had to pay attention to the gas of the car. Like it was trying to give you like a more open world engagement feel. Yeah. I know. Like I had to bring it up because we don't really talk about it, but 15 happened.
Well, remember when
15 happened.
Remember when 15 came out? That was kind of the meta was the, rest at the bonfire, rest at your camp. Like that was it. Tomb Raider was doing it, Souls games, like that was kind of the meta at the time.
Right.
So, but I hear what you're saying. I do think that Final Fantasy as a franchise, like it allows it to kind of go with those ebbs and flows.
Yeah. So they went 16, like we said. Now we're going to like the Devil May Cry, fighting whatever, and like now. And I think it's probably the first. I think it definitely was the first game where you were like literally fighting summons, like where the characters embodied the summons, and you literally were fighting. It wasn't like you were summoning them; you were them, right? Like people were them, right?
One of the greatest main characters that there has been in gaming. Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And I also think that's the first Final Fantasy where we've left orbit.
Clive motherfucking Rossfield.
So the next game now is like, where are you going with this now, right? Like, are you going to take still go innovative with it, try to go somewhere else? Are you going to try to take a page out of Clair Obscur and also bring some mix from the old recipe and try to make the next? We're looking at Final Fantasy 17.
It's
what's
hard
going to happen?
It's hard to top Clive. I'll say that.
Yeah, I say like they left them. And do you remember? I don't know if y'all remember this. I feel like there was a comment that was made. I don't know if it was official by the people, by the creators of Final Fantasy. I think it's something along the lines of when they got to a point where they were remaking 7, they have no more stories to tell. Like it was something specific that was like when we get to the point where 7, now we're going into the third game of the remake for 7. It was almost like when they had to revisit an old title, like, all right, we're kind of done. It's not true, but like there was some type of language around doing that and kind of being like, oh, that's the end. And if we have to do that, I don't remember specifically. Like I'm just remembering it differently. I think it might have even been a conversation like if that had to happen. This was years ago, before we were in the age of remakes and remasters. It was kind of like if you have to do that, then it's a big deal. Like what else? What else do you have to say?
Yeah.
But I know I will say that Matt for crew, I think he might be a psychic. I'm not sure because his like predictions was kind of spot on with the game of the year. Like I remember I was even saying that there's no way like Yote is really good. It should get nominated, and I'm pretty sure it will get nominated. He was like, it's been a lot of heat. I don't even know if that's gonna happen. He like kind of named off his like nominees. I was like, oh, and this Yote's not in there. And it's like literally just like everything else he kind of named. So
I missed one.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come.
Yeah.
Yote suffered from having a female protagonist.
I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think so. Because Hades 2 has a female protagonist.
Want me to tell you why it's different? Let me tell you exactly why.
And the first one was a male protagonist, so I don't understand.
I know. Just like it was. Do you want me to tell you what the difference is?
Go ahead.
So remember when the first Hades didn't win Game of the Year, right?
And it shouldn't have, but go ahead.
Exactly. I agree, right? Because there were other bigger and better games, right? That should have won 100%, right? Now, when Ghost of Tsushima came out, right? Different time. Social sphere, political sphere, everything, right? Where we are right now, in today's day and age, with Ghost of Yote saying we're going to have a female protagonist and go away from what this big new creative thing was and Jin Sakai and how dope he was, right? Combined with the comments that were made in regards to politics and things like that, and I ain't going to get into it, right? Bombed some of the game and some of the perception of the game. I'm not saying all. The game was still great. The game still did well. 100%. Now, Hades 2,
Mhm.
awesome game. I don't know if I will compare Supergiant to
Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
That'd be a hard comparison.
That's a tough comparison. I think Sucker Punch is a little bit more visible and a little bit more in the public eye. And so
Supergiant,
definitely more in public eye.
Supergiant, just to add to that point,
yeah,
Supergiant it's well known within its own community. It is
right.
having a growing presence,
Yeah, Sucker Punch,
especially
yeah.
since they're one of the few games that are on the Switch 2 right now, and the fact that those who participated in the early access of Hades 2,
And that's when I got it.
Those people are going to basically be ride and die for the Hades series. There is a significant audience for it. I don't know. It's funny. I would call it mainstream, but on like the lower end of it. Not everybody's talking about Hades, but
it has its audience.
Yeah, it has its audience. Because I would say more people are talking about Silk Song than they are Hades too.
Yeah,
I would say.
Silk Song had
with that.
There was a hashtag for Ghost of Yotei being woke, and there were several articles by big time news outlets that was talking about Ghost of Yotei being woke.
I wonder.
I wouldn't even say it was woke at all.
Protagonist.
No. That's different. We don't think it was woke because we are empathetic people. we
I will say her story was very basic.
Right. We don't think we're just like, oh.
Her story was more basic than Jin. I'll say that. I'm not.
Her story. Yeah, from what I understand of it.
I do not think her story was more basic than Jin's. In fact,
I think so.
I highly disagree.
Look, if you play the game, there's a lot of you learn a lot of like life lessons in it and stuff like that. Just like Ghost of Tsushima was, but like in the base of the story, it was like more so like revenge.
I'm about to light this up. How many games have you played? How many games have you played where this is the lone guy, right? Who I'm not going to say is destined, but who is highly skilled, and then has to turn away from what he was taught to be who he's meant to be and save everybody. How many times have you not heard that shit? Plenty of times. No doubt about it. How many times have you heard the story about oh my god, what's her name? About Atsu. Like, how many times have you heard that story? Plenty of times.
Plenty of times.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. But then I think what separates the two is in the middle. I think the middle of the game separates two. I think Ghost of Tsushima started out stronger than the first game. I do. I think this game, from the middle to the end, I thought it carried it out way harder. But it's okay because they were both great. Like, I'm not like, if somebody was like, "Oh, I like that one better," that's fine. It's kind of like with Legend of Korra and like that Last Airbender. Like, I loved Legend of Korra, but I understand if people liked Aang's story a little bit better. I thought they were two different stories. I thought they were two different stories. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was cool. But I think that Yotei being omitted, I think, was a little harsh given how good it is. And just to put it in perspective, remember, Yotei was nominated for 6 other categories, all representing the best things that you need in a game that is considered for Game of the Year, yet was omitted from. Just saying.
Stuff was hotter.
Stuff was hotter. I don't know.
And I know we'll get to, because it's part of the discussion, as we said earlier, is getting to all of the categories and see where we all fall with the voting, and if we would replace anyone in the nominations, being very quick with it. No. With that, because we could go deeper into it. You said what?
I would move on to that now.
At this point, let's get into it. So, not in any. Let's go from the bottom to the top. There's no particular order. Shout out to believe Kotaku or any of the one other websites, and list for the list that we pulled for the categories for this. Just going from top to bottom, or bottom to top. Excuse me. This might be rough to actually. Let me go from top to bottom, because the final one I think is the one to close it on, because we've seen the Game of the Year list. We've even just had an extensive discussion about it in the first 30 minutes of this episode, so we can get that out of the way. Game of the Year nominees, as we know: Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Do you agree with these nominations, and what would you replace if any, with what?
Me personally.
Oh, go ahead.
You can go ahead. No, you the guess. My fault. You go ahead.
I'd replace Kingdom Come with either Split Fiction or Blueprints.
I've heard a lot about Blueprints.
Blueprints is dope.
Because what kind of game is that?
It's kind of I guess you'd call it a puzzle game.
Okay.
I just feel like it did a lot that I haven't seen before in the way that they did their puzzles. And then Split Fiction, I thought that was a shoo-in for
That's what I thought. I thought that was going to be in there too. Honestly,
I think it did. I think it took what It Takes Two did and did it better.
Yeah, because It Takes Two won the Game of the Year a few years ago.
It did. 2021.
And I think that's why this one isn't. But keep going.
No, I mean I don't have a whole lot more to say about it. I never played Kingdom Come, so I don't really but I didn't hear a lot of people talking about it either. And other than people who are really into it.
Right.
And I just don't I don't think it's going to win any awards. I don't think anything it's nominated for is going to win. I think Split Fiction might win a couple. I think
so.
Might win one.
I think so.
Yeah. This is how I felt about Stray when Stray was in the Game of the Year category up to some other things.
Yeah.
And,
that was an amazing year. That's definitely your standing point.
Corner, that year.
Right? Yeah.
The Corner was like, it's in the Game of the Year. Like an Indian.
That's not even me saying that Kingdom Come's not a good game. I just don't know. I don't know about it.
My boss plays it at work and stuff like that, and he loved the first one, and I think he loved the second one just as much. Honestly, I think he played it on PC and he played it on Xbox. Like I think his PC when he first got it, something happened to his PC. I don't know what happened to it. He said what?
Why does he have an Xbox?
He had a PC at one point. I think it was like kind of old, whatever, and stuff. And like he also sometimes he likes to just sit down and just if he's in his bed with his wife, or whatever, if she sleep and he don't gotta move, he can just play the shit right on the screen.
This is a wonderful. This is a wonderful commercial.
It is
a good console commercial.
Then the stars have aligned for you to play your Xbox.
Yeah, you
play literally anything else.
I will say I honestly agree with everything on here for the Game of the Year, at least in nominees wise. I am surprised, like you are, Cornered, that Yote's not there.
I am surprised.
I am surprised. I don't think I would, especially for anything that has come out within the window for all of this, I would not replace anything. I'm saying that even as a MH Wilds preacher, I would not replace anything. I'm just surprised that Yote's not there. That's it.
Thing is, I don't think you would have put Wilds up there either, though.
No,
I don't think you would have. Yeah, see,
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, that's honest. I would even say it would be groundbreaking if Yote made the seventh, kind of like, oh, we have a seventh nomination, first time ever, right? Pushing it down to 7 nominations as opposed to keeping it to the 6. You can budget down to 7th. We have computers.
It still wouldn't win, but I mean, that'd be cool.
But it'd be be one of those things that they make a seat for it at the table. Next year, it'll be back down to 6. But you know what I'm saying? Maybe a 7th category this year.
Win.
You don't know that.
It wouldn't win. It would not win this year.
I feel like if you open that door, you're going to have to keep it at 7.
Which is why they should open that door.
Because there's not that many games that that. It's definitive 7 games every year that does
I think it should be variable. I think if there are 4 nominees, I think there should be 4. I don't think it needs to always be the same. I don't think you need to then elevate somebody who don't deserve to be there. I think if it's only 2 good games in a year, fuck it. Just have them 2 be. Because the thing is, what are we doing at the end of the day?
That makes sense. So
there needs to be a standard.
Makes sense.
We talk about this with sports all the time about how the Hall of Fame gets watered down because, we don't need to just put people in the Hall of Fame. No, you want the best among the best to be in the Hall of Fame, and that's it. That's it. You don't want nobody who had a good career to be in the category.
So would you? So are you saying you'd want to have a floor and a ceiling, or just what 2 to 6?
Well, I would have to be more than 1. So I would say 2 to.
This is a really bad year.
Right.
1 nominee.
You gotta be.
I wonder who's gonna win.
But I would say that it would have to have some cap, but I don't know what that cap is. I think that if you put out, if there are 20 astounding games that are just these have changed everything, like I get it. It's really like maybe something just
it's not
changed.
the 90s
like, I don't know.
anymore.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So like that would be tough. But I do think that it should be variable. I think it should be okay, plus or minus 6. You know what I'm saying? If there happen to be a couple others that should be in there, bring them in. If there are a couple less, because it's not, I think that's fine too. Y'all already know I think Ghost of Yote should be in here. The reason why I think Ghost of Yote should be in here is because I think Ghost of Yote had wonderful voice acting, animation, motion capture, storytelling, visuals, art design. I think it had wonderful all of that while giving you this third player open world RPG experience that they got down so well that you don't even have to worry about it. You didn't hear about no problems when that game got launched. That thing was running smooth as silk, and all you see is beautiful game. And then improvements. That's all you. So it's like you kind of take it for granted a little bit. Oh yeah, LeBron James was all first team defense, and then lost Defensive Player of the Year to Marc Gasol, who was second team.
That's true.
And it's just like, why did he lose?
He was tight about that.
Yeah, it's just like, why did he? Oh, because you think the other guy had a better year. Well, he was literally first team all defense. You know what I'm saying? So that means that he made the first team all NBA, while the other guy who won made the second team, the lesser team. It doesn't make sense. But sometimes that's just how these things go. I've already accepted this. I get it. I thought Yote would make it over Death Stranding 2. Honestly.
Wow.
I did. I thought it was going to.
That's something from you.
Because Coach,
right.
I mean, I don't think that would have been fair. I just think that that's just what would have happened. I think if you compare Death Stranding to Ghost of Yote and you just look at kind of how Kojima's games have kind of been, I don't think that they've gotten the appreciation they've deserved over the years. So it wouldn't have surprised me if Yote made it and Death Stranding 2 didn't. I'm happy Death Stranding 2 made it, because Death Stranding 2, I think, is the most creative game that has, by a long shot over all these games. Like, play Death Stranding 2, you're going to be like, what the fuck? In a good way, in a great way. And that's a great thing that we need. So anyways, I think Yote should be there. I'm salty about it a little bit, but I'm okay. I've accepted it, but it should be there.
I feel
Which
that.
one would you take out?
I remember I said I wouldn't. I would just add. I wouldn't.
Like same. So Corn said that I would add to like a 7 category.
I think these are good candidates, and I think I was surprised also that Split Fiction.
Yeah, I will say I think the dark horse, if you will. Well, I guess dark horse is not the actual term, but the one that I am surprised to see it up there, and it does seem kind of like a plant, as much as I love it.
Oh shit,
DK. I think DK,
the franchise.
Wait, why you think it's a plant?
God.
The franchise.
I'm not gonna say a plant.
Listen,
maybe.
Nah.
That's kind of mean.
You say it. You say it. I will say it. By
it. Donkey Kong Bonanza was, of course, the premier game for the Switch 2.
Sure,
it does run well. It is nice as a family game, but when you look at all the others,
yeah,
I just don't see it elevated to that point. I don't.
Yeah.
Even less than Breath of the Wild, much less than Breath of the Wild, and also I'd say even less than Odyssey.
Wow.
So,
Odyssey was Odyssey was just straight up fire though. So like I get it.
And this runs on Odyssey's engine.
Yeah, so it's the same team, right?
That's the team. One. If I had to take one out, I guess I don't know what I would replace it with, but
with Yote.
Bonanza.
Yote, Split Fiction,
Bonanza's
whatever.
the one that I'm like, oh, you're up there. Okay.
What are you doing here? How'd you get in this room?
Not how'd you get in here, but it's just interesting that you're there.
I think it's interesting too. I didn't play it. I just read a bunch of good things. So I don't know.
I think the price tag kept us from it, honestly. Like, and we're talking about with gaming and stuff like that, for what it offers, and like what my wife and I might be looking for in our gaming experiences, that wouldn't be what it is right now for the price that it offers right now.
It'll win Best Family Game though.
I think so.
Maybe.
Most definitely.
It's definitely gonna. He said, "We'll see." Split Fiction is there, but anyway.
Right.
You're right. Actually, that.
So
no. I was. Go ahead. Good.
Real quick, noob.
Oh, I was gonna say yes. All the other categories that Donkey Kong Bonanza is in have strong other contenders. Where I'm like, that's gonna be hard.
Oh.
I still think he's gonna walk away with at least one. At least
We
one.
will.
And which one is that going to be?
Next year,
Family. I think family.
You think so? Over
The Nintendo Award. You mean?
He said not me.
The Nintendo Award. I don't disagree with Wavy there. I don't disagree.
I think the Nintendo game that's not going to get any awards is Mario Kart.
Yep.
I think
I can see that.
Sonic is going to.
No. Is it?
What do you mean you don't know? What's going to win?
Well, yeah, we haven't.
I don't know.
Wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. I opened the can of worms.
That's how we do here. That's how we do with Squad.
Right.
With the structure here, just in general, just and as far as categories is concerned, art direction, we know Expedition 33, Viote, Hades 2, Hollow Knight. Anything outside of it?
Art direction.
You see how Ghost of Yote
South
was
of Midnight.
nominated.
I mean, it looks beautiful. That's why.
South of Midnight for what?
Good question. I don't know.
Hmm.
Add it.
You mean what you right?
Wait. So that's technically it's S5. So it's interesting. Art direction is stuck at 5. It didn't go to 6.
The rest of them, I think, are at 5. I think.
I mean,
don't
Game
quote
of
me
the
on
Year.
that.
Game of the Year.
No, I will.
Yeah,
say
best
that-
performance is at 6.
Yeah, best performance is at 6.
Best performance should be at 7 because Death Stranding 2
Independent is at 6. No, yeah, Independent is at 6. Mobile game's 5. Strategy sim is 6. Everything else is generally 5.
I just felt like South of Midnight was so unique in the way that
it was very unique.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Actually, it might have been
unique stuff enough. Yep.
It maybe should have been nominated for this award. Actually, you might be right about that. Okay.
I don't even think it's a maybe. It should have been. It should have been.
All right, so cornered.
Yes.
I'm going to make you mad.
Why?
Art direction.
Why would you do that?
Art direction. Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Is there?
I voted for Expedition, by the way, on this.
Okay, because I was going to say Death Stranding comes across as a very beautiful game in the accuracy that it's like it has production. Definitely has production value. Mm-hmm. But nothing about the art of that game strikes me. You talked about the beauty of Ghost of Yote. Hades is all about its artwork, honestly, because I mean,
yeah.
Same with Hollow Knight, very distinct looking game with the bugs, and of course Clair Obscur with its French inspiration, all of that. I feel like the odd horse here, or the elephant in the room, if you will, is Death Stranding.
Hard disagree. Disagree. But I think you need to play the game. That's all. No, I'm being serious. I'm being serious. All just because the thing is, at the surface, it doesn't seem that way. Like on a surface level, it seems like, okay, you're walking across like barren lands delivering packages. Like that's what the game kind of seems like. But there are so many little details in the strangeness of the story.
I do know that Kojima has a constellation in there, but like stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I mean he's got a bunch of like quirky Easter egg stuff in there, but that game has a lot of beautifully crafted intentional details in there, and you only get it through playing and experiencing what it's doing. And I appreciate it more than anything. I think it hard deserves to be in this category. That said, I think what Clair Obscur did in terms of it was stylish. Like I would compare. My analogy game is actually I've been on point, but anyways, I think this would be like Clair Obscur is like NBA Street when you got a game. When you got a game breaker in NBA Street, you was like, oh, I'm stop NBA Jam when he's on fire, right? And then you had the blue fire, right? Like the style.
I would even say even to when you finish a battle too. I meant to make that point earlier. Like when you finish, like the artful freeze.
Yes, that right there. I think it is stylish, and I think the stylishness of it adds a flair that I don't think Stranding was going for or has, and that's okay. It's just different. But I think Expedition 33 has a style to it that is sick. When Mael does her little thing, it slashes them over and then like jumps back and sits in her pose or whatever, and it, like it's just stylish. It's just sick. You know, when you parry and you hear that, you know what that is, and it's just. So I think that's why I voted for it. But I will say, when we talk about the art direction of some of the BT's and some of the mechs and some of the enemies and some of the and everything that you can craft, even everything from what your character wears and how he straps certain things to his body and how weight's distributed, and even like how his footing needs to be placed certain place.
Yeah.
Like there is a masterful crafting there, but my vote. So, but I think you only get that if you play it. You know, at the surface, it just presents itself as like this weird Kojima like package delivery game. But like it's
what did we say the other recording corner that's going to be coming out sometime soon? The 5 words. You had to.
Yeah, you had to be there. Like you had to be like it's because we were talking about things, you know, in the past, and there were some things where it's like
I would even say that applies to present too. Kind of like I can't explain it. Like you're explaining it well. Like you're a fan, you love the work. It's like that's like when you go to a museum and you see like certain artwork, and somebody goes like, "This piece really connects with me," and Mark might be like, "Well, why? That doesn't speak to me the same." Right. And you try to explain it, but it's just like
you had to be there.
You had to be there. Like I can't.
You had to be next to the artist as they painted it. No.
Yeah, like you know, like
I was just watching. Me and Amanda been watching Star Wars episode 4, 5, and 6.
Classics.
Right? I know, but we watch it on Disney Plus.
Okay.
I tell you, I'm seeing on Return of the Jedi. I'm like, this quality is crazy. You know,
it's the reason it's my favorite. People talk about 5 being their favorite. 6 is my favorite.
I mean,
Jedi was really good.
I'm still team 5.
So okay, we won't get into another conversation.
No, we're not. But that's no. Make your point. We're moving on to another thing.
I'm trying to stop that from happening.
Episode 3.
Like, so the thing was, what I was telling her is, I was like, because
I heard you, Malik.
It's all upscaled Blu-ray, 4K and everything, right? We couldn't make like it was, I mean, if you ain't seen it by now, like go to therapy.
If you haven't seen it, whatever.
But okay. If you the scene when they were with the Ewoks and then they were chilling overnight and then Luke left or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. And you just see the background scene design.
Yeah,
we could not make out the detail on the old VHSs. You couldn't make all that out. Like it's been upscaled, and you can like appreciate more what scene they created. And like I end up telling her, I was like, you had to be there back then, like because the way that I keep experiencing it again, it's just like, oh man, like it didn't look like this before. And then we didn't finish the movie, so like when we finish it, she's gonna see Vader.
You didn't finish the movie.
No, because we fell asleep. We gonna see, but it was late. It was late. But
fell asleep on the movie.
I understand. Relax. And I understand, cornered. I understand. Right, exactly. I understand.
But, at the end of the movie too. At the end of the movie also, right? She's gonna see Vader's Force Ghost, right? But it's gonna be, Christian.
And that. Well, that's a whole other conversation.
Okay, I know. Let's not.
You doing this?
But my point is, it's like, wow, you had to be there when it was this. You know what I'm saying? Because it was a different experience. And even when we talk about, because for us, we were talking about, Mass Effect 1 or like all these Kingdom Hearts 1 is what we were actually talking about.
Yes.
After playing Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3, you go back and play Kingdom Hearts 1 and you're like, bro, what the fuck?
What is this?
but you're right. But then you tell somebody like, oh, Kingdom Hearts 1 was fire, right? And then they go play it and you're like, bro, seriously? But then it's like, well, you had to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to have played it first back then, and then you would have thought it was fire.
Kingdom Hearts 1 would have won Game of the Year.
You think so? If it was
I'm joking. We'd have to actually compile a list of like the decade before Game of the Years and actually see. I'm joking. That's another can of worms in general. That's another conversation entirely. I'm sorry.
I think but I'm glad you mentioned that because you're right. I mean, Death Stranding is definitely one of those things, but for different reasons. It's just one of those things because Kojima and his art, he makes it so that it has to be experienced. And so I would say you get more of it from there. I think it belongs here, but again, I think Expedition 33 was styling and profiling Ric Flair and on this shit. I think
and it was literally
that's what I'd vote for.
Literally a game about painting.
Yeah,
I mean that's minimizing.
I know, I'm joking. It's like a game about art. It's literally a game about art. I know.
It's minimizing, but it's kind of true. But it's like an allegory. You know what I'm saying? It's like an allegory. Shout out to Voice 5 now for allegory too. Great album.
So best audio design: Battlefield 6, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Silent Hill F.
I gave to Ghost of Yotei, surprisingly. I did.
I actually would have another game.
He gave it to Yotei for audio design. Audio design.
Very bad
for audio design or score.
Audio design.
Audio design.
Okay, yeah, audio design. I also gave to Yote. Yes,
I went
What you saying,
Battlefield
Matt?
6.
Only because I didn't play it.
Battlefield 6. I can see it.
Oh yeah, because like it's like
and the thing is, I haven't played
wartime.
Battlefield 6, but I've watched like just the way that there's so much sound all at once, and you can tell where everything's coming from. Every footstep makes sense. Everything is perfect for me with Battlefield 6.
I'll be that guy. I would add another game to this. I would add Monster Hunter Wilds
for audio design. Okay,
for audio design because of the monsters, for the monster sounds, especially if you've seen Ray Dow. Sounds nothing like you've ever heard before in a monster. Like it's almost like King Ghidorah in one of those like modern Godzilla movies.
Oh,
like that thing roars and you're like, whoa, what? I've never heard a dragon or a wyvern sound like that. And then especially when you're fighting other creatures,
respectfully too. I called him king. So.
Respectfully, of course.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm about to cry.
So, like the weapon design, though, the sound. I'm not going to bring it up because we time. But the sound when you offset a monster, when you raise that weapon up and you knock that monster off its foot or off its feet or out of the air, it's crisp every single time. Even now, months later, I get hype whenever I offset somebody because it sounds so crisp. It sounds so good. Now, yes, the fact that they had the cats talking, that's a decision and a half. But like, I'd say the wildlife around you, the way the different monsters move and their sounds, amazing score. The Grand Hub sounds alive and vibrant. I actually would put Monster Hunter Wilds in this category.
Okay. I can see that actually. That makes a lot of sense.
I would put that.
I understand that.
I don't know who I'd take out, but I'd put them in.
Some. Now the question would be like, some of these have been 5 and 6. Like we talked about, there's about 3 categories in overall Game Awards that are 6. The others are 5. I think there even is there some that have like 4.
I think Yote should sprint away with this personally.
Okay.
I think it just the weapons sound so good. Like everything, the footsteps, everything out of the game, it just sounds really like how Noob was saying about the audio design and Wilds. Like everything just sounds so crisp in Yote too. Like Sucker Punch really took their time. Just like they did with Tsushima. I think they did the same but elevated it a little bit more.
It is beautiful.
In Yote.
I could just put my headphones in and just listen to leaves falling in that game, and I swear,
wow,
I just be
I can understand that.
I just be at peace, man. It is it's beautiful. That's why I'm glad that obviously score and audio design are different categories.
They're totally different. That's why.
Yeah, very different things. Yeah,
completely different.
Yeah.
But I think the audio, I gotta give it. I hope Yote runs away with it. But score,
I would agree with Matt.
I think audio design's a big.
Yeah, I think Matt got it right. I think Battlefield 6 is gonna win it. It's because like that wartime, like the guns and the buildings falling and like that's hard to get, and like to get it so crisp like that. Because people have always been saying that Battlefield 6 is like people are already liking the game first of all, and they like the whole destruction thing, like to them to get that masterfully in the game and like how the sound is, I think is going to probably run away with it.
I don't want EA to win anything, so
I feel you. I feel you.
Well,
I understand that.
Yeah.
So I hope they lose, and so
I understand that. Yes.
And I will say, I haven't heard anything.
Game. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say a well-crafted game is a well-crafted game. You know, you can hate the company, but if the team did peak work, you got to give them their kudos.
I will not vote for them. I will instead vote for the game that the game and the company that I want more from. I will vote for them.
I respect your opinion, but respectfully, it's trash. Let's move on.
Well,
respectfully,
no, it's just I hear what you're saying, and I do get it. Believe you me, I do get it. Like it is sad that EA happens to be behind it. But
I'm definitely not a fan of theirs, so I agree with that.
Yeah, it's like I understand. So that being said, for me, I voted for Claire Obscura because I understand Battlefield 6 and I understand Yote, especially with like Ghost of Tsushima having a good sound design that it did have when I did play that. So for Yote being a step above in that way, I would understand that. Just from like the more for me, the floor being Tsushima and that step above, then I would understand. Then I understand it. Not having played it yet.
I'll also say I don't know anything about Silent Hill. Like,
yeah,
I didn't even look up any videos on it or anything. I never heard anyone talk about it.
I haven't heard about that particular Silent Hill.
I've been hearing about it, but it's like it's not as loud as all these other nominees. I'll say that.
I will always say, just don't vote for Konami over Kojima. That's all I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
that's all.
Konami.
It's all politics.
But it's not Metal Gear. It's not Metal Gear Solid though. It's a different franchise.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
All right.
There was supposed to be a Silent Hill game by Guillermo del Toro Kojima, and that got canned. Like,
really?
Yeah, we can talk about that.
I heard there was supposed to be a Matrix game with Kojima too, and they canned that too. Apparently.
You know what? See what happened when Kojima got his own shit. See what happened?
Fine, I'll do it.
So I say a friend of mine, and I'll send the link to the group chat, and if I link it or not. Friend of mine, Payaso, does his playthroughs on YouTube, and he actually did play Silent Hill F.
Payaso,
yeah. So I'll probably link that in the chat if everyone wants to watch that, just to give that a view and to get sound. He played that himself, and he's a big Resident Evil kind of fan. So I know Silent Hill is also like that different genre too, right? For like the scary games.
Action horror.
Like I heard the story is like really, really good. It's just that I don't do horror games, so that's
I don't. Yeah,
none of y'all do, and I'm just like I can't talk to none of y'all about it because none of y'all play horror games.
We'll get Payaso on sometime in the near future because that's his bag.
Shout out
just
to
for you.
Yeah.
So, best game direction. We need this with this whole episode has just been generally, but Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, Split Fiction. Changing anything or good with the list? Best game direction.
Death Stranding 2.
In my opinion, that got my vote. I mean, creative vision and innovation in game design, game direction.
Yeah, I gave it Cloud Obscure. I gave it Cloud Obscure.
Expedition 33 as well.
Yeah. So 3-2.
Right. I mean, that's okay. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to give it to Claire Obscure. But again, I stand by my assessment of what Hideo Kojima has done for the video game industry.
As we've known for like the last 5 years.
All right, here's a question. For the next 5 years.
Yeah.
Would you still, if it wasn't Kojima, if it was the same game, but Kojima wasn't attached?
Oh, would I still vote for it? It's
a
very good question, and one that only somebody who knows me would ask. I honestly would still give it, even if it wasn't Kojima. And here's why. But got me as a fan a long time ago. Like, he got me as a fan. I jokingly say I will, he could put out garbage and I'll still buy it. I jokingly say that.
You're not joking.
I would buy it.
You're not joking.
But I would also, but the thing is, I gotta say joke because I would call it what it is also. I'd be like, yo, could you, you drop the ball here? You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I just say, I would call it out. I think what this game was, I would love more like this from everyone else to make games that creative with their own vision, with their own expression. I would love that. So I would still call that out. I think because it's him and because it's his track record, I can just celebrate it a whole lot more. I think he embodies what this category is. I think just like we said, that's why there's all these projects that people want with Kojima and all these things going on. And why after he went and got his own studio, he immediately came in with Death Stranding 1 and 2, which was Heat. And now he's got how many other projects cooking now? Like,
don't they got an anime coming in with Disney Plus?
Yeah.
He does. Yeah. He absolutely does. I am not mad if Expedition 33 wins in this category, but Death Stranding 2 is 100,000%. When we talk about, again, outstanding creative vision and innovation in game design.
Best multiplayer.
Literally.
Best multiplayer.
Also, let's skip sound design because I think we can all agree that the sound and the music from Expedition 33 is.
You talking about score and music?
I have a gripe with score and music. I have a gripe with that category.
We'll touch on that gripe when we get to it. But what were you gonna say, Matt?
No, you're good. You're good.
Best multiplayer, and we talked about this a little earlier before we started the pod. Dark Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, or Split Fiction. Changing anything about this list? Adding or anything about this list changing?
Night Rain is there because it's Elden Ring and it dropped the ball.
Elephant in the room. Why isn't Marvel Rivals there? Elephant and why?
That's a good question, actually.
There's no good answer for why it's not in there.
There isn't a good answer.
There's no good answer.
I made my arguments earlier about generally all the other games.
It was a bad argument. The argument sucked. It sucked ass. Okay.
It isn't. It is. No, it's a devil's advocate argument. It really has no ground to stand on of me just saying there's more complaints about the camaraderie in Rivals versus these other games. That's really the only thing, really.
Just because,
but if that's a real argument at all, I was just generally joking. It's not a real.
It was generally asked. Okay, as argument, just because it's frustrating to play online. If anything, that works to its credit. You got all these people pissed off at this game and complaining all the time, but they just can't put it down.
Can't put it down.
That should be a candidate. Do I think it should win? I don't know, but it should be here.
It should be nominated.
I stopped playing the game, but I think I give credit where it's due. Like, it should be here.
I mean, I gave it to Split Fiction.
I gave it to Split Fiction too.
I voted Split Fiction, but I think Peak's gonna win.
Interesting.
Corner, Split Fiction's EA, right?
I was gonna say Arc Raiders.
Peak won at the Golden Joysticks.
What's that?
Peak did win at the Golden Joysticks.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Split Fiction's EA? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is EA.
I'll make an exception.
all that a little earlier, and then turn around.
I mean, look, I didn't play Peak. I didn't play Arc Raiders. I'm not voting for Elden Ring. So
yeah, no, that to me, that's the.
I heard Arc Raiders is really good so far, though.
Yeah, that's why I would give it to it. It's a drop in, drop out type game that, like, it's almost like you make your own objective. Like, you can do what you. This is gonna sound journalist, but you can do what you want in that game. You can be as antagonistic as you want. You can be as friendly as you want. I had a friend that was telling me in that game, like, he will be like, oh, we need to take down this big thing over here. I don't care if you're against me. Let's go. Let's do it. Like, he'll just do that.
Games. You like those type of games where you can create your own adventure on your path and
do
things the way you want to.
If anything, it gives me Helldivers 2 vibes. Because you can kind of land in a mission and do whatever. It's a different level of extraction and engagement. Like, you're just those four versus the environment. You're not versus anyone else. But in that sense, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Technically, you can off your team members in Helldivers if you really want to do that. But yeah, like, it's
fire if it's friendly. I mean, it's not friendly fire if it's not friendly.
Hey, right. You know what I'm saying? So, but I understand, like, Arc Raiders definitely, like,
that misses the point.
it hit the ground running. So I understand. Actually, and I'll say, for those of you that have listened this far, thank you for continuing to support the podcast. But I also will note that for the Game Awards for the website, and this is a little bit of a plug for them, you can change your vote.
You can.
And I will say this discussion changed my multiplayer vote from Elden Ring to Arc Raiders.
I'm glad you changed it from Elden Ring, that's for sure. And also, I'll tell you what.
You're like, I don't care who you voted for, just not Elden Ring.
Not Elden Ring.
Wait, Matt, did you play Peak?
No, my wife played Peak.
Does she like it? Like, what kind of game is it?
It's a cooperative, it's a mountain scaling kind of game.
And you said that won at the Golden Joystick?
It did.
I'm better than Elden Ring.
Which I still gotta watch that because it's definitely on YouTube.
We'll go through some of those categories towards the end of the episode for those that are continuing to listen.
You didn't mention for us. There's another button on the Game Awards site that says "Tell others to vote."
Yeah, you can share. Yeah, especially share your vote. I did as well on my Facebook and on my Twitter. Shared my Game of the Year vote.
To vote for Death Stranding 2.
No, go ahead and plug that Kojima check that he sends you real quick. Go ahead and plug that.
Kojima don't need to send me a check. Kojima don't need to. I do this for free. Kojima don't need to send me nothing.
I'm a free ambassador.
Kojima shirt, he'll make his own.
Exactly. That is a-okay. Look, because that is how nice things are. Okay, I will 100%.
I'll do it for free 99. I'll do it for free 99.
Not even the 99, just straight up.
Hey yo. Hey yo. I respect that.
Look, I think, again, we need more people like him in the industry more.
I can agree with that. Best narrative. I feel like it's like kind of like getting a little repetitive, but
no, that's not.
It's Expedition 33.
Death Stranding 2.
That's what I picked too.
Death Stranding 2.
Okay, so there are 5 in this category.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead, and then I'll say my piece.
So there are 5 in this category, and so again, as per whether you want to add a game or take something out, the floor is yours, or what you voted for.
I mean, I low-key explained why it should be as narrative in our episode that we had before. Y'all go listen to that.
Yes, please do.
I know Matt was saying something before too. What happened?
No, for me, it's arguably the best narrative ever, in my opinion.
Because you said something too in that episode too about your top three. Like, what your top three again?
My top 3 games was Mass Effect 2, Knights of the Old Republic, and Expedition 33.
Very good choice.
That was why I looked right in corner like, what do you got to say about that? You know?
I'll tell you right now, I have nothing bad to say about that. I have nothing bad to say about that. He just did. Look, I have nothing bad to say. Star Wars Knights of the Republic. That is, we talk. Never mind. Look.
Yeah.
Best Star Wars game that's ever been made by a mile.
Easily.
By a mile. Yeah. By miles.
Yeah.
Tell Lucasfilm that. Go ahead.
Anything else about narrative? I think it was pretty straightforward.
Oh no, sorry. You go ahead, Matt.
No. You're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I give the vote to Death Stranding 2 again, just because of the fact that I think when I read the category, outstanding storytelling, narrative development, I see Death Stranding 2 as the equivalent of when I was in high school. Right? And
back in the day.
Right, yeah. When I was in high school and I had I was bad at social studies, right? I was bad at social studies. But I had a really, really awesome teacher, and she made learning social studies so fun. And
that's what you need, good teacher.
It was one of those teachers who was like, man, how do I make understandingness so enjoyable, right? What Hideo Kojima does through his games is he gives you this story. He gives you this thing, and when you finish it, you sit there and you're like, wow, like it's all of this stuff in here. But when you just playing the game, you don't really see it. But the way that he has given you this story is really making you understand something that's so much more complex than at face value you'd really get. And Expedition 33 does the same thing. At face value, we all thinking Gamage. You know what I'm saying? We stopping the Gamage.
That's what I thought.
Okay, I want to. Expedition 33. It's 3 acts, right?
Yes.
The end of every act changes what you think the story is about.
Yes.
And that's enough for me for it to win. Like you think, oh, Gustav's we're good with spoilers, right? Because it's
everybody. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we're good.
You think, oh, we're playing as Gustav, gone after Act 1. You think, oh, we're trying to defeat the Paintress. Paintress is gone after Act 2.
Turn right.
And there's still another act to play after that. And then
you turn. All right, I'm going this way.
The game doesn't give you any decisions to make until the very last scene of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then that completely changes how you look at the rest of the game as well. I think the narrative is. I think it's going to win by a landslide. Honestly,
I think so too.
Okay.
I also think it's going to win. I think it's going to win. I think that Death Stranding 2 should. But I'm okay. I'm okay with it not. It's one of those things where it's like Expedition 30. I totally get it. Expedition 30 was great. It was a masterpiece of a game. I think that what Death Stranding 2 just did was it just push things a little bit more creatively in the storytelling and narrative space. That's just what I thought. I thought that it was so crazy and insane and and it's his style too. Like it's his style also. And there's so many things that I gotta like in it too. Like just to go back to Studio Ghibli, when you see a Miyazaki film, like that you're going to get, drama, tense moments, expressive characters, clean art style. Like you're going to get those things, and he's not going to miss with that. Just like that, there's things you're going to get from Kojima in the game, in addition to everything else you get. I think Death Stranding 2 is again that franchise is one that honestly I feel like we're gonna miss. Like when he's going, like we're gonna miss stuff like this. We're gonna be like, man, like can you believe the level of creativity that we took for granted from this man? Now again, it's not a knock on any of these other games. It's just celebrating that one. I think Yote, if I had to rank these, I would probably a top 3. For me personally, I'd put Death Stranding in the Expedition, but I put Yote third. I think Yote would be third in that category from a storytelling narrative standpoint.
I played other ones, but I mean, Yote. If I don't know, because I heard Silent Hill Ever is like super really good with that narrative. I don't know about the Kingdom Come story, so if by default I'll probably put Yote
You
like
should
number
Also,
2.
yeah.
you should vote for Death Stranding.
Oh, I voted for Obscure. So
I also would add South of Midnight again to this category as well.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm good with this.
you might be right on that too.
I think South of Midnight is the most snubbed game in this award. The overall.
Yeah, I'll say.
That's the definition of a snub right there.
You know why?
Yeah.
That's the definition of a snub.
Why was it
Why-
snubbed, cornered?
I'll give you a hint. It's 2 words. Black woman.
I don't think that's what it is. Honestly, I don't think that's what it is, man. I don't think that's what it is.
I sure do.
Didn't help. Doesn't help.
Because someone that I was talking
Doesn't
about
help public opinion. It helps the narrative
It
and what the
doesn't
game
help.
is, but it doesn't help public opinions. Basically,
It doesn't help, but I will say I was talking about this with one of my friends at work, and he did. I should say like something about South of Midnight being like snubbed a little bit some of the Game Awards. He was like, you know exactly what it is, and he's black too. But I was like, nah, I don't know if that's what it is, because it's like,
why you think?
You know how me and Matt and before I talked about in the last episode that South of Midnight, the story was really really good, so freaking good.
Why you think it ain't here?
But the action on the game could have been a whole lot. The action actually probably brought it down.
Why do you think it's not in the best narrative category and not the best action category?
Action.
No, I'm saying how come it's not in the best narrative category? Like you just said, the story was so good. How come it ain't in here?
But maybe Kingdom Come Deliverance and Silent Hill probably just a whole lot. I don't know. I haven't played those 2 games, so I can't really tell. But personally, I would put South of Midnight in there. But maybe those 2 other games.
It's in innovation and accessibility.
And
games for impact.
I'll tell you what, ain't no protagonist in any of these games, Brown. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you that.
I will say
the one that's got a Creole Bayou story, but ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
I will say with Kingdom Come, like having actually gone through that game through certain videos and streamers, yes, that story is really good, and also based in historical accuracy as well. Like the way you can travel through Henry's story. Really, really changes based on your decisions, but also can base like what happens down the road, like whether you want to romance this certain person or how you act in a siege, or like if you're going to burn a village rather than spare the people. Are you going to warn them before you burn the village to have them escape? Because you're only doing this for political reasons rather than actually wanting to be the bad guy. You literally are not the good guy or the bad guy. You are the protagonist. You are simply experiencing his story from his eyes, and whatever decision you make is how you color the character. It is, the character's name is Henry, but the character is basically you. Like whatever you do is whatever you would do in that situation. And so there is a lot of turns and twists that you can get into to get to certain endings. And I think that's probably why it's in best narrative, because you really are in control, for better or for worse.
Wouldn't that make it more of an RPG category for that kind of thing?
And is it not an RPG?
It is. But I'm just saying, like that, the way you defined it kind of feels more like what would make it a best RPG versus a best narrative, in my opinion.
Well, and I think I don't think it's going to win best RPG, but like I think the RPG-ness, if I can use that, helps in its narrative narrative category. I believe it helps it. Like I said, the gameplay doesn't capture me, which is why I didn't pick it up. But I was thoroughly entertained watching somebody go through it, even with the gameplay not being gripping to me. I was like, oh no, I want to see what happens next. So that's just my opinion.
Yep.
If I have to be Kingdom Come's sole representative here, I can say that.
Yeah, well, I think it's like after you saying that, I think after Matt saying that too, I think South of Midnight definitely should have been added to this list and everything. But I guess some categories need to be 6 or need to be 5. I don't know why. What's the choice behind that? But okay, whatever.
Some categories. I mean, I think I don't know, man. I just think it was right in front of him, man. I just think it's right in front of him.
With
And I
every
think
award show, there's going to be snubs, and
Yeah,
it's going to
yeah.
be snubs. But, it's, I don't know. I mean, you just got to appreciate the stuff while it's here. And you got to
Yeah.
appreciate the stuff so that we can get more of it. And it's like, look, there was one thing that I heard from, I might have read it somewhere. I don't remember what it is, but it was talking about actors in Hollywood, right? It was talking about actors in Hollywood. It was, and this is preface. This is talking about race and entertainment. Okay, this is this is talking about. So,
But there's a lot of that in Hollywood, though.
There is, right? But they were talking about traditional drama acting, right? Who, like, what's like a character archetype? You know what I mean? Like, we could just name a couple, right? There's the strong
dashing rogue
hero. There's the dashing rogue with the charm and wit to match.
Mm-hmm.
There is the
quirky one, probably.
There's the damsel in distress. There's the girl boss. There's also there's all these random, these are these like traditional archetypes, right? But what I remember what this article said, I don't know if it was somebody who said it or whatever, but it was like, the Anne Hathaways of the world, the Meryl Streeps, the Emma Stones, they're great. Can any of them play the emotional servant maid character that a lot of black women are forced to play? Can they play that role well? Because maybe there's a sister who could play both, but that's not.
I think Meryl Streep can.
Maybe
I think Anne Hathaway can.
Yeah, I would say Anne
maybe,
Hathaway
maybe, but you see, it's not asked or demanded or required.
I see.
For you to be a actor, right? Like that's not what you learn how to play, right? That's not what it is. What was her name? She was in oh my god, I'm about to find it for you. Hold this thought.
Was she in?
No, hold on. I'm gonna get it for you.
This moment of research is brought to you by Phuca-pod and a Phucaname product.
Absolutely. No,
I definitely thought you were about to say it was brought to you by Kojima.
No,
I'm not going to say that.
So,
but while Corner's looking up, we also could talk about.
I already got it.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. But anyways, Glenn Close.
Glenn Close. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay.
Glenn Close. She was in.
Cruella DeVille?
Huh? Yeah.
Cruella DeVille?
She was in The Deliverance also, which I don't know if y'all saw that. It was a scary movie.
I did.
Based in Gary, Indiana. She was in the hood. She was with a few white women out there, and she was like this old lady. But like, I was like, oh, okay, like you could play this character too. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
just range.
I'm seeing more acting chops and you putting yourself in different cultural elements and playing characters. You know what I mean? Now, because of that, why I'm about to bring it full circle for you, right? This game, South of Midnight, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like South of Midnight is game of the year. Like I ain't gonna sit there.
It's definitely not.
Sheesh.
But this is
it's a solid 7.5. Maybe
it's a solid it's a story, it's a perspective, it's a style that we don't get. You know what I'm saying? From a culture that doesn't really express on a big scale in gaming. And so when it's done well, and it's done really well, I think there's opportunity to celebrate that. And I think it should be celebrated. I don't think it necessarily needs to win. I never call it, but I think it should be nominated. And I think too often there's a lot of these really good things that don't really make it through and don't really get the nomination that might help them. I mean, if it got nominated for several of these, and it got nominated for a couple things, but if it got nominated for a couple more things, got more eyes on it, maybe that means we get another one or more, or somebody else can see it and say, "Oh, this
with
story
the way
is
it ended, I don't know if you could do a second one."
That's fine, but I'm just saying maybe that inspires somebody else to say, "Oh, like these games are valid. Like now I can make a game about something." Like I think that we gotta appreciate good narrative and storytelling where it comes, also. And again, I'm not saying they need to go out of their way to include it or something like that. I just think that it's interesting to see how storytelling comes in different flavors. You know what I mean? And
it does make the impact sound like a catch-all, like games for impact. Like even me saying that, I'm like, what does that really mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
how's that different from narrative? Yeah.
Well, it's like, okay, impact is, I guess it's supposed to be like games that make a statement. But what does that the games that make a statement are the ones that we're talking about a lot, like Clair Obscure.
Yeah.
And,
So is that?
And so it's like, no, I get where you're going with that. But
for sure.
like,
I want you to finish real quick. I just want to point this out because you mentioned Games for Impact. Games for Impact says for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message.
Again, pro-social, and I'll be. Go ahead.
I agree with Noob here.
Mm-hmm.
It's, to me, Game for Impact. It seems like a, and I don't want to crap on it, but I'm just going to be very honest here.
That's all right.
It seems like an afterthought category made for minority.
But in the same breath,
it just seems like that. It's like we want to put this there because it's supposed to be it's supposed to be forwarding, I'm not
inclusion,
well, but yeah,
it's
inclusion, wide. Yeah, it's kind of like thank you. It's like a consolation prize.
So it's a DIY.
So should we
games. But again, that's really only the forward-thinking thoughts of the day, right? Where are the games for impact that push forward timeless things that we need to be talking about? Like, I get it. You're going to have things that society is going to push forward any given day. But I don't know, instead of being a thought in the wind, I feel like an actual game that makes an impact, to your point, would be in narrative.
Yeah.
It would be in a mainstream category because it's really getting people to talk.
I guess
so Games for Impact does seem like a category where we're like, oh, I guess it has a pro-social message or whatever. We'll put it there so that you can maybe get a prize. And
I see. It's like that's because I say narrative. Narrative is for the whole thing, and then a message also. Versus impact just kind of says the message or the impact overpowers the narrative. Like that's what it's about.
South of Midnight is on there. What puts them in that category?
Black.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but I'm still. I agree with that. I'm just saying.
Black.
No, I agree with everything that you said too, dude. I'm just like, yeah, like, I mean, Death Stranding 2 is thought provoking with the pro social meaning. Like, put that shit in there.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's almost like y'all are saying within the description. It sounds like the Games for Impact is kind of more important than the best narrative. If that's the case.
Yeah, it's like the impact. Well, not that it's more important, but that it stands out more than the narrative itself.
Like the impact would be. I feel like the impact should be woven into the narrative so much so that that's what you're talking about after you like. I feel like a real game with impact that has a gripping narrative, you put down your controller and you're like, dang. And it actually makes you think.
That was Clair Obscure
days afterward.
That's why I would have Clair Obscure.
Right, that's why Clair Obscure.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be that. I'm just saying, to me, that's a real game for impact.
Yeah, most definitely. I can see that,
yeah.
Because I'm not going to, as a black man, I'm sorry, black is not an impact for me.
Right.
We
100%.
Black is. I want to say I've been black, but I've only been here for like 30 something odd years. So, but
that's enough.
No, but
it's enough.
But like, black to me isn't a social message. What about the black struggle is? Right. What about being black? Like in the game, how does that tackle the black perspective of life? Like to me, that's an impact. Black is a skin tone.
Yeah,
and I'm not
it's a social construct, but that's a whole other conversation in general. I know.
I don't know if I want to go that far, but
that's something over here. Yeah.
Look,
I hope you get what I might get.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, and I think there's a lot of merit to it. All this to say, I believe that South of Midnight should have been in the best narrative category, and in fact, I thought Death Stranding 2 should have been in the Games for Impact category based on it being thought provoking as fuck and having a pro social meaning.
It's I think even us going through all this, I'd imagine hopefully that the board or whomever who adds these nominations in for people to vote on, or however they collect the numbers, may also be having discussions across the table like this. Like the people that are that, instead of not just like throw that in somewhere else. Hope, I said.
They're not.
But having a thought-provoking discussion like this. Like, what does this category mean? What does that mean? Why is that in there? Why is this in here? Like, that, but you have to make the hard decision to say, like, we got to put these in here and whatever, and close the box and hand it out to the public and make those decisions.
But things that
you're gonna come down to a game. You're gonna come down to a category, best RPG. I don't think Monster Hunter should be there. That's why I put it in best audio design.
I was surprised it was there, but we'll
yeah, me too.
Yeah, so you had someone that felt like they had to put it somewhere. Then you had to put it somewhere, unfortunately.
I will say Claire Obscure and South of Midnight, they handle very much the same topic, but Claire Obscure just did it a little bit better than South of Midnight.
A lot of little.
Well,
a lot of little. Like,
a lot of little.
Yeah.
Fair to Midland.
I feel like they talk about a similar subject, but go about it very different ways.
Yeah.
With okay, I can see that. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Right. Okay.
And with the different swag.
Yeah.
Because black. So.
Well, not only that, but also the style of Expedition. I think there is a flair that game has that was crazy, and I think they did that. Well, I mean, obviously, I don't know. I mean, I think it just goes to show that the method of delivering that story also matters.
Yeah.
You have a great story. How do you experience that story? I experienced that story through playing this dope, whatever. We already talked about how great the gameplay and the style and all that is, which I think is significantly better than South of Midnight's gameplay. But South of Midnight's gameplay, to what I played, is still good.
It's good. Could have been better, but it's good.
The narrative, the art, and the music all should have been recognized.
Did it not?
Other than that, that's basically what the game has going for it, is those three things.
Yeah.
And everything else is kind of mid.
Yeah, exactly. And that's okay.
That's what I was going to say. We can acknowledge that. Like, we can acknowledge what it's great at and what it's not so great at.
Yeah, to me, the camera on the combat was just like, it could have been a lot better. The combat could have been a little deeper and stuff.
But that's the other thing with that game is you could set it up to skip all of that. There's an option to not do any combat.
Wow. So,
well, that's a movie then.
Right. That's here's my game, but watch all the cutscenes. It's like, oh, all right.
Hey,
a Telltale
storybooks. Yeah.
Telltale series.
I knew somebody was going to yell out Telltale. I was going to mention the Detroit Become Human.
Does that not tell? Well, I didn't play through it.
That's Quantic Dream.
The Quantum Dream.
Oh no! I talk. Okay, yeah, like the what's the word? The production company, like Telltale, versus like the style of storytelling is what I was getting, like the way to interact.
Yeah.
More so than than the company.
As a matter of fact, there's a Phucaname review of that game from years ago, written by your boy.
Y'all should go on Phucaname.com and view it.
You can always read that. Back when we was reading.
Man, we gotta dig that up.
The name was sick too. It was a Quantic Dream Deferred. That's what I called that shit.
That's a good. Dig that John up. But yeah. Well,
we're at best.
I feel performance. Like we're at best performance. Like, I feel like this discussion is kind of very heated. We're not even halfway through it.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I was like, "Whoa, all right." It's like, yeah,
I want to hear it.
That's like her.
Oh shoot! I felt to prepare.
No, I'm ready for this one.
Okay, I got you. That's what I'm saying. I was like, whew, it's like ready to box. All right.
Why wasn't she nominated for this?
What?
Why wasn't she nominated for this?
Why are you interrupting Frosty?
You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Jump in the line. Best performance. Okay, so I won't drag it out the whole way. But Claire Obscure, we've got Jennifer English, Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, right? No, I'm talking just like most of this, half of this category. But I don't have to say it. I don't have to say it 3 times. Jennifer English, Ben Starr, Charlie Cox, right? Ghost of Yotei, Erika Ishii, and Indiana Jones, Troy Baker, and Silent Hill F, Konatsu Kato. Have at it.
Death Stranding 2 was snubbed.
The best voice actor was not nominated, in my opinion.
Which one is that?
Andy Serkis.
Renoir?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, kind of hard to beat him.
Yeah.
I was also surprised that he wasn't nominated.
Renoir, yeah. But I'll say for me, I'll go in this one. I nominated for Jennifer Jennifer
I
English
did too. That's what I voted for.
Because of like Mael's engagement. Of course, like it's not spoiler. The games end up being, and the game is revolving generally around her and her family, right? For her being a central point in the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And one scene that definitely stands out for me for her is and wanting to be a voice actor and engaging in this work. The scream she belted out when Gustav died toward the end of Act 1, the closeout Act 1. I would say the feeling there with that changed. Like we talked about, like Matt, you talked about the tone shifts earlier, but that was a tone shift of this being a hopeful journey to being what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And that was a marker of kind of being like, you in for some shit right now. Like you lost a main character, you know, and she lost a major part of her. Like she sold that for me. She sold that.
Low-key, I don't think Charlie Cox should have been in this category.
So
yeah, I kind of agree with that.
I initially voted for him. Because of it's a scene I talked about with the last one where he was at that camp with Luna, and he was basically getting ready to quit, and that whole scene I think was acted excellently. But the final scene before the final fight of the game against Renoir's like Andy Serkis's voice acting during that sold it for me that he should have been there. But I don't know. I changed mine to Ben Starr, but
that's a Verso, yeah.
That's a Verso.
I don't think there's a clear winner in best performance.
It's gonna be hard. Yeah.
I feel like Shorty that played this girl in South of Midnight should have been in there too.
Yeah.
The reason I chose Ben Starr is actually not for Claire Obscure, but it's also because he voiced Prometheus in Hades 2.
There you go.
Did you really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yep. Prometheus is Ben Starr.
Wow. Mark said I voted for not for the reason that you think.
All right, man. Look. Death Stranding 2 was heavily
every time Corner starts talking, Frosty's like, all right.
You want me to tell you why? He knows that every time he bring up Destiny, Grand Theft Auto 5, Warframe, any of those games, I sit there and do the same thing.
When do I bring it up as much as you bring this up?
I tell you what, the reason why you don't bring it up, which is good on you, is because there's levels to this. Okay, there's levels to this. So here's what I'm going to say. Troy Baker has delivered some of the best performances in gaming.
Joker in Arkham Origins, I believe.
Origins, yeah.
No, Troy. Yeah. I mean, yeah, he definitely deserves his flowers.
In Death Stranding, Troy Baker has slayed that.
So you're understanding the same as Noob, where you're voting for him for another game.
Yeah. The fact that he was not nominated for Death Stranding for his performance in Death Stranding 2 is beyond criminal. Not only that, Elle Fanning was dope. Leah Seydoux was dope. Tommy Earl Jenkins was dope. And that's before we even get to the main character.
Elle Fanning's on a run right now.
Oh, she's on a run. She's on a tear.
She's doing a lot of things.
She's on a tear. None of them got nominated, which I have no. Okay, so look, but the thing is, like best performance and stuff, like I literally can't describe to you their performance. You have to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't tell you.
Had to be there.
No, seriously. Just like imagine trying to explain how well Jennifer did in Claire Obscure without them playing. You just be like, "Oh, she did so good. You got to play it." Like that's what you would say. But like this is a big snub. This is a big snub. Kojima has pioneered voice acting in the games industry. When he did Metal Gear Solid 2, this is a history lesson for you, Frosty. You need to listen. Okay?
This story before.
You're going to hear it again. You're going to hear it again.
I'm tired of hearing this, Grandpa.
You're going to look at what was done. You're going to look at what was done and how that changed the trajectory of gaming. Kojima helped.
We still need to do a Kojima podcast episode.
But seriously, like
Cornered could do it
So
by
it'll be
himself.
just cornered.
He could do it by himself.
Good.
I'm just gonna open the episode and he's just gonna talk, and I'm gonna do this.
Absolutely. Hey, look, it changed the trajectory of gaming because it started to turn it into more of this, acting art form. Let's get more talented people to come and be these voices. Let's have them embody the characters in different ways. I can't express it to you without you playing the game. But going back to even Death Stranding 1, at the end, and see, ain't nobody here play this shit. At the end of Death Stranding 1, Tommy Earl Jenkins did one of the best acting performances, like that like have happened almost period, like in media. Like it was so good and it was captured so well by their engine and by the graphics they did. It was captured so well in this beautiful emotional scene. Mads Mikkelsen did a phenomenal job in Death Stranding. In Death Stranding 2, they took it to another level. And in both, Troy Baker, if I had to give it just one person, I'd give it Troy Baker. He, as Higgs, was phenomenal. And him not being nominated for what he did is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I don't even care about this category because they wasn't nominated. I'll give it to Jennifer. She got my vote. But them not being in the category nominated, that makes me lose faith in this whole thing.
Frosty, I told you before I jumped on. I felt like the Golden Joysticks did some of their categories better because they have a lead actor and a supporting actor nomination.
Yeah.
And I feel like
I like that. I like that actually.
I feel like that would have given that kind of role a spot.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's how acting awards do it.
Yeah. And that's what they're doing.
Oscars.
Yeah. Golden Globes, Emmys, all that.
Yeah. But, it's always arguable as far as his performance. And shout out to the fact that Ben and Troy are in other games and being nominated by Squad for other games in general.
Right,
shout out to everybody in the category.
Why would Troy Baker not be nominated for the game that he was in that was nominated for Game of the Year? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense.
In general.
You did a monster performance for a game that's nominated for Game of the Year, but you're nominated for Best Performance for another game.
That is weird. Yeah.
So shit is dumb. I've been saying this from the beginning.
Let's move on. So I almost feel like I want to skip every category that's not Death Stranding 2, just so I don't trigger corner.
You're such a hater, bro.
Because I don't want to trigger you. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Really? What you scared of?
You going into another dissertation.
Look, I walk back in the room and y'all need to be like, Dr. Burns, okay? Yeah.
Best score in music.
Come on now. Stop.
Snub.
All right, snub for what?
Oh my God.
South of Midnight should have been up there.
Yes.
OD.
We talked about that, but Claire Obscura it's like...
Claire Obscura is going to win, most definitely. It's going to win. It's definitively the best score.
That's like saying, what Tyson Gay should have been in that race against Usain Bolt. So he could lose? Okay, sure.
I mean, for me, South of Midnight is the second best soundtrack of the year, in my opinion.
Definitely.
Just like Tyson Gay,
but it's a far second place
for a time, right? Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But there's no reason that South of Midnight should not be on this list.
No, I agree. And it's the same reasons.
Yeah, it's at a 5 too.
That's all I'm saying.
There's room.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying we've talked about that. That's the only reason.
Yeah. Even now, Molly's song. That song was. I love that song, man. That Molly track that was on there, man. And that boss fight was cool too. Kind of.
Yeah. This is the first soundtrack in a long time that I've listened to outside of playing the game.
Yeah.
Because most of the time for games, I actually listen to all their soundtracks.
Yeah.
Out of there. So I will say the only one that I've listened to is Hades 2. I will say that I like what they do with their soundtrack. I have not heard Claire's, but I have heard that Claire has been great.
You need to.
I was going to say to probably hear it.
What are you doing?
Amazing.
Amazing
soundtrack.
That's why I voted for Claire there, because I was like, I just know, but I've only heard Hades 2. I will say though, if you listen to, I believe it's called Wrath of Olympus. I think that's their Magnus, the Magna Opus. Yeah, Magnus Opus.
Yeah,
Magna
Opus.
Opus.
Pull that
that's
up.
What it's called. Yeah, it's a great soundtrack. It encapsulates the war of the gods versus the Titans' forces.
Nice.
It's really cool.
Okay.
So I would say that's one of their best tracks on there. But yeah, I think it should go to Expedition 33.
It's still actually kind of crazy that this game was nominated for the Grammys either. Like for the
right. There was this like music that's like
I don't know who is in charge of that, but
somebody that likes video games apparently.
Even though things that were nominated,
they don't clearly.
What is this?
You said they don't. They didn't win.
They don't if they don't. Clear Obscure. We already said that's like the clear winner for this category, and you're not nominated for the Grammys.
Wasn't. Oh, I got you. I thought it was.
Yeah, it wasn't.
I thought it appeared.
Do the Grammys respect video game soundtracks?
No, they don't respect video game soundtracks.
I feel like this is my mini rant, and it's not gonna be long. People overlook video game soundtracks. To me, video game soundtracks encapsulate so many different styles and genres. You can hear Latin music, you can hear American like Western rock, you can hear Japanese, you can hear the world's sounds in video games. And that's honestly one of the main pieces of music that I listen to because there's just so many styles in it. There's just so many. But anyway, there you go. There's my soapbox. Told you it was gonna be short.
I will say Final Fantasy 16, Masayoshi Soken, phenomenal composer.
Yes.
They won best score and music when Final Fantasy 16 was up. Final Fantasy 16 got snubbed for a Game of the Year nomination also. It was not.
It didn't win that year?
No. It won music that year.
But
it did not get nominated for a Grammy. But that soundtrack should have. And Soken did I'm agreeing with you, Noob, in that you got a lot of these phenomenal composers out there that are putting their backs into some of these game soundtracks, and it's just like they should be appreciated. They really should be at that level, amongst the greats in music category. So
there's
Final Fantasy.
Okay,
I'm about to say I will say the whole Grammys thing is not even worth talking about because the things that were nominated. So it goes from August 24 to August 25.
Okay,
the nomination. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, Helldivers 2, Indiana Jones, Star Wars Outlaws, and Sword of the Sea.
Outlaws?
Yeah.
They say Outlaws.
Just even reading that as a gamer, you're just like, okay, they don't know what they're talking about.
Or they know who they're catering to.
Yeah, so it's just not even worth talking about.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Yeah. Outlaws, like, what? Outlaw Star Wars more than the next person. But really?
Look, man. We've already mentioned Knights of the Republic today. I don't even want to talk about any other Star Wars games.
Nothing else.
There are other good ones. There are
other good Star Wars games.
Look. We got Usain Bolt and we got Tyson Gay.
Okay. Say we got Usain Bolt and I show speed. Like, geez.
We got amazing, and we got you are playing for second. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are playing for second. Remember Afro Samurai? You got the number 1 headband. Okay.
Ooh.
And then you got the number 2 headband. Okay.
Yeah.
Number 2 head. All these other people are fighting for the number 2 headband. All these other people fighting for the number 2 headband. Y'all could do that out for that. Ain't none of y'all taking out the number 1. Ain't none of y'all. Ain't none of y'all.
Yeah. Scores a shoe one.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who got the number 2 headband among Star Wars games. Shit, it don't matter. It changes every whatever. It's probably Jedi Survivor.
But before you Frosty, before you go to the next one, I will say so I got my sister to watch like a 9-hour video of just the cutscenes of Expedition 33. And
9 hours. Crazy.
She didn't get through it all. Not because she didn't enjoy it, just because it's 9 hours.
9 hours.
9 hours, yeah.
And I was like, you need to listen to the music because you're missing a lot of it with just going through the cutscenes. And so I showed her, I think it was the Alicia song. And she called me back and she was like, why am I crying over a song that I don't know any of the words?
Hey, yo.
Yeah.
Music it touches you.
Yeah, it's
felt.
And that it's just an excellent soundtrack. And that's the last thing I'll say about it. But I think it's the easy win.
For me, with that Visages, man. That Visages, yo, that's...
You can talk to 50 different people and have 50 different favorite songs.
Yeah, just the bass intro song, like when you sit in the menu, is just...
Lumiere.
Well, you know what I will say. What I think is a good conversation, and we don't have to have it now. We could have another day. But I think what the type of music that we like. I think there's some games where it's like I like hearing the music when I'm fighting, or I like hearing the music when I'm coasting, or the music at a menu. Like, and they're great games. They can make.
I have takes on that for sure. Like, depends on the game and how I fight. Yeah.
That's the thing for me with like South of Midnight. South of Midnight's not a game, not a soundtrack where I'm like, I'm gonna listen to it by myself. But in the middle of the game, it's fire.
Exactly.
I can agree with that.
I think that with Final Fantasy 16. I think Final Fantasy 16. Obviously this is before it's Expedition year. I'm not going, but Final Fantasy 16. At every point when you're doing something, it is the right music.
And they brought the operas out for Final Fantasy 16.
And when you fight a motherfucking icon battle, oh my god!
Yeah.
You're just going in here.
You feel it. You feel it.
Oh my god!
Like best action,
Ninja
Battlefield 6, Doom. Yeah, I would say like Hades 2, Gaiden 4, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, the side scroller, Doom Dark Ages.
Shinobi was my second choice. That was my second choice.
No, not like, but it's like, like
in the action genre, focused primarily on combat. This says Ninja Gaiden 4.
I went Hades 2.
I think I picked Ninja Gaiden 4 as well. General, just like what I've seen.
But this isn't my genre. I don't really have any any big horse in this race.
I would have to say probably Battlefield 6.
Well, he's a classic war kind of person.
Yeah. I was thinking Doom Dark Ages, but like from what I've seen of the gameplay, you're just throwing your shield and going to people and kicking them and they explode. Not to say that's not bad.
Some people love that. Yeah.
Classic
people
Doom.
Love that. It's just
classic
like
Doom,
It's like action, and that's really all you're doing. It looks hype, but that's
actually,
all
I've not
you're
seen
doing.
anything from Shinobi. I don't know
much about that game.
Shinobi, the demo was really good.
But,
I didn't get a chance to get the game, but I played the demo and it was so good. That's why it was my second choice. Honestly,
another great and storied franchise, Shinobi. And I'm glad that it's up here. I think that Ninja Gaiden 4.
This one.
I think when we talk about what is an action game, that's an action game.
I get you.
Yes, that's a straight action game. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Blood and gore everywhere.
Right. There in a second. It's about murking. That's what it's about.
Basically, yes.
Best action adventure.
Here, Ghost, probably.
Yote.
Yeah, I give it a Yote. I definitely give it a Yote on this one.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
I voted
again.
Fiction.
Damn, that's crazy. I think it's. I just think, I'm not mad at it. I just think, the Split Fiction. I mean, it seems like it was great. Like I haven't played either, so I'm not gonna.
I've watched it.
I just think that Yote. I just think Yote is best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving.
Yeah, that's exactly what
yeah.
I had Yote until I read the description, and I changed it.
Would you change it to?
I changed it to Split Fiction.
I get what you're saying.
Puzzle part of it.
I see what you mean.
I think the puzzle solving, maybe. I think Yote and the Ghost series has a really awesome traversal system, which I think really is why Assassin's Creed is like dog water now, because Ghost of Tsushima and Yote have made a far better way of traversing anything, scaling things, swinging from things, sneaking, all that stuff.
Facts. Assassin's Creed walked so the Tsushima could run.
Right. Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood walked so that the rest of it could stumble, except for Freedom Cry.
Stop.
Stop. And then, but
and no love for 3. That's crazy.
No.
Assassin's Creed 3 was garbage. It was hot ass.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Hot garbage sounds like a lot.
Absolutely not, bro.
I could name 10 other things. It was terrible. It was a horrible video.
It was a bad
It
game.
should have never been made. All I give them credit for is for trying to accurately depict Native American. I'll give them that. Trying to accurately depict Native American. I'll give them credit for doing that. Other than that shit was.
The story flow is just kind of that's another conversation.
Freedom Cry. Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry. Everybody needs to play Assassin's
Freedom
Creed.
Cry was, from what I played, Freedom Cry was good. From what I played of it, yeah.
Freedom Cry was heat.
Yeah, this next one.
Family game. Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart, Sonic Racing, or Split Fiction.
Why Mario Kart won't win? No, I'm just playing.
It's gonna be Split Fiction or Donkey Kong. That's the only two.
Yeah, it's gonna be those two.
Yeah.
But man, Sonic Racing it's right there.
Yeah,
It's
It's
it
right
really
there.
good?
It's right there.
It's right there. Well, let's just be honest. Look, as a person who loves Mario Kart, not the best at it, but I like it. Sonic Racing came out the gate swinging, and they came out swinging well. Like, in terms of crossover, in terms of stages, in terms of not tampering with what makes the game a true kart racer, letting people play the way they want to play. Sonic Racing had more to prove, and they so far have been proving it. When you have people
In the
going
niche.
from Mario Kart World back to 8, you know you've done something wrong.
Yep.
Are they going back to 8?
Back to
Yeah.
8.
Back to 8.
Damn.
I
When you
like
have people going
World.
back,
I guess
it's
I
like
haven't played a
WWE
Mario Kart
something.
game in a long
Yeah.
time. I don't know.
And so, like,
I don't go
I
back and
get
play
what they
Mario
wanted
Kart
to do.
for my free time though.
I get what they wanted to do, but one of the things that, and I don't want to get into a huge discussion about this, but one of the things that Nintendo needs to stop doing in moderation, of course, is stop tweaking everything that made their game successful. Like, keep it just fun. Keep it fun. That they're trying to.
But we gotta innovate though, Mark. We have to innovate, noob.
You do, but you need to know where to innovate. Where to innovate well, and what to innovate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know if I really need to be watching people through a camera while I'm playing a game. Like, why do I want to watch you play a game while I'm playing a game? Now, maybe that's some Gen Alpha type stuff.
There you go. There you go.
The
There it is,
kids.
right there.
But
Watch you play something.
Yeah,
Bro.
and that's not necessarily a snub to Mario Kart World, but I think Sonic Racing.
Yeah, no snub to Mario Kart World. No snub.
Yeah.
I really think it did it well. So
I understand.
I think Donkey Kong Bonanza will take this.
I think so too. I voted for.
But yes, very much. Ugh.
It's a whole nother conversation about the next category, because I remember like when we're talking about fighting games, and I put in for 2XKO, but 2XKO
I did too.
isn't even out yet, and the
It's
others
early access.
say what?
It's early access. I don't even know why it's
Right.
even up here like that.
Versus the
Hey,
other
shout
four
out
are
to
just
what other
again
fighting
sequels.
games are there right now? I guess that's the
shout out to my partner Corey, who works on the game on the UI.
There you go. I mean, it's just like, again, they're all just two of them are collections, and then two of them are just like follow-ups. So it's just like I'm a Virtual Fighter person.
They had enough. Yeah, I just don't think they had enough to play.
Yeah.
When did Sparking Zero come out?
Way before.
That was way
Like
before. That was
18.
last year.
No,
Sparking Zero.
Oh, Sparking Zero.
It
That was
out
last year.
I think.
That was last year.
Too. Yeah.
That was
It's
last
been a
year.
year, man. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it was nominated last year too. I think.
Sorry.
I think it was
I
not.
was
I
thinking
think
of
it was
Fighters.
too.
Remember?
No, I know you were. I was like,
I don't
that was
remember.
a long time ago.
Yeah,
I mean, but
October-
I'd be
October
fine
of
with
last year.
Fighter.
That'd be crazy if it
Okay.
got pulled into the list
So,
again just because
that
they don't
makes
have
sense
another
now.
nom. It's
Hey,
just like, oh, yeah,
Fighter-
it's within a couple years.
Y'all
Like
hear Fighters is back.
they had DLC this year.
I've
Yeah,
been seeing.
for the Daima DLC. Yeah, let's put it in there.
Mhm. Yeah, man.
I've been seeing a couple tournaments of fighters and stuff like that. It's back.
Don't
you know?
mention Daima around me though.
Best independent game.
Big
we
category.
don't even need to
Very
talk
big
about
category.
I put Absalom. That's for me personally.
Best indie game.
Yeah, because Clear Obscura's got everything. I think Absalom. I like the art personally.
It's
I
just
like
gonna
one
get
of
it.
the-
I have an issue with Clay Obscure being called an indie game, kind of.
How?
Because I mean, of course, it's its own studio, but I guess it's the spirit of what indie means. I feel like because they had 33 people, but they had a whole lot of subcontractors on there as well.
Yeah,
And
it's a community
I feel like
effort.
when I think indie, I think small budget.
I see what you're saying.
Like Silksong? Like
Like-
Hollow Knight?
Like I don't even know. I don't really know the ins and outs of the background for Hollow Knight, so I don't know. But
Teacher.
I think Blueprints.
Mhm.
Like yeah, but I don't know.
I-
That's not. I don't really have a strong feeling about that, but because it's there, I think it's Expedition 33.
Yes,
I understand. I
agree.
understand that too,
Yeah.
but I put my vote somewhere else just because, not because to snub 33, but I think the Absalom art attracts me, like I said. But ultimately, the Expedition 33 is going to win.
It
Yes,
is
Um,
going
it
to be
is.
Expedition 30.
Mobile game, Destiny
Waves.
Rising or Wuthering Waves or Persona 5 or Sonic
Excuse me?
Rumble. I was
Oh,
listing
yes.
them.
I know. I'm just messing
Get out of
with
my
you,
face.
man. Jeez.
Get out of my face. Because when I said it, I was like, he about to come for me. Hey, don't you dare. That's not what I mean. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Rising. Like, what the fuck?
We don't have time for this. We don't have time for this. Best ongoing Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, No Man's Sky. There's Marvel Rivals, an ongoing game.
Yeah.
I'd say Rivals.
That's what I voted for.
I voted for Final Fantasy 14, but I'd be fine if Marvel Rivals wins.
That'd be interesting to see if it pulls the
I'd
pulls
say
the dub for that.
Rivals.
RPG.
Come on now.
All right, I'm not gonna say that.
Honestly-
I will say with that real quick. I did see a argument that Kingdom Come should win because it is a
It's more
robust RPG than Expedition
Yeah.
33 is.
I can understand that.
But it's gonna be
From what
Expedition
you've been
33.
saying, it deserves that.
Hey,
Yeah.
look.
No,
I voted
no.
I'm here for the definitions of them changing, or not changing, but like I'm here for like how people interpret the categories,
Mhm.
influencing how they vote. Like I think that's really good and intuitive, and I think honestly the categories need to be defined better.
They do.
No, they do. They do.
They
Yeah.
do.
Monster Hunter Wild should not be there.
Well,
Mm.
It should not be
well, I mean,
there. Based
But
on,
you know what
based on
should
the
be there?
definition. Go ahead.
Digimon.
Yes,
Yeah, Digimon.
very
Okay.
much so. Very
I
much
think
so.
it came out early enough to meet the deadline.
To get it, yeah.
but Monster Hunter is an RPG.
But
No,
there's more love
I'd say
for
I'd
what
say it's
Digimon
action.
offers.
I just
No,
say
I mean it's action too. I mean I think it's an action RPG. I mean this goes to the discussion we've had about RPG elements creeping into games.
Yeah.
And now like all these games are RPG, because they all let you customize something or level something up.
That's
or
the
do
thing. Just
something,
because
it's
you're
like-
customizing a character, like
right.
whatever.
No,
So
I hear you.
I'm just saying, I don't think WoW should be there.
Okay. Well, hey, I think the category should be defined better. So I'm here with all
Thank
y'all.
you.
I think
Thank-
the
that's what I
category
mean.
needs
That's
to
what I
be
mean.
defined
In
better.
general.
I think with best RPG, I think that what
I'd go with
it
Kingdom
reads
Come.
to me is the best game that happens to be an RPG, and I
Got
I'll
it.
also say Avowed
Expedition.
doesn't deserve to be anywhere near this conversation.
Consolation.
Shout out to
I
the
agree.
Avowed fans.
Consolation.
Mm.
Consolation.
Yeah,
Why
I don't know.
not?
I don't give it any mind.
That's an
Uh-oh.
RPG. That's a
Just because it's an RPG doesn't mean it's a good
Yeah,
RPG.
doesn't mean it's the.
Oh, okay. I see. It's not
Got it,
definition.
got
It's
it,
more
got
so
it.
like okay. I see.
No, it's just not good
Yeah.
enough for the
I see.
to be
I see.
in my opinion. If they
Exactly.
Dang, so
really
that category should be 4, or Avowed should be replaced by what?
by Digimon.
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 Yeah.
I gave it to Avowed, honestly.
Oh my god!
I did.
Why would you waste that vote?
I almost picked Outer
guess it
Worlds
doesn't
too.
matter. Really?
I almost picked Outer Worlds too, though.
I'd rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, best esports racing game.
Sonic.
Okay, yeah. I didn't hear the Sonic.
Wait, best what? Best
Sports
esports
or racing game.
I gave it to rematch.
Honestly, I gave it to Mario Kart, but that's just because I didn't want to give it to rematch because I was.
I basically was like, I'm not giving it to EA FC, and that's it.
There we go.
Yeah, I gave it to Sonic.
I think I voted for Mario Kart World, I think. But yeah, I think so. Best strategy or sim game. I feel like that's a whole other category.
I gave that to
Final
the
Fantasy
Alters.
Tactics.
I gave it to Tactics.
Yeah. Same.
I loved the Alters. I felt like that was a
Because that's your genre, right? Strategy sim games.
strategy sims RPGs. If you can mix those two, you got me. No, but the Alters I felt like just did something I'd never seen before in the way that they did how they did the clones.
Would you look at that? Goddamn, something you ain't never seen.
Something you ain't never seen before. Gasp, shock, horror, lightning crackle, lightning crackle, lightning crackle.
Why are you such a hater? Why you always hate?
But Tactics.
I'm not
was the
hating.
second one.
That's not what I'm saying. I was talking about like the shock factor of like a game that's doing something different being on a list for a game of the year for like the best thing of that year. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it should win if that's how a general feeling of it is.
Like
I would agree with you.
I don't
There you
think.
go.
I think it's going to be the Alters, Tactics, or 2 Point Museum. It's going to be one of those 3 games.
Yeah.
VR.
Honestly,
no one
Civ
cares.
7 is probably a sleeper.
Civ 7?
Civ 7 is probably a sleeper on there because Civ is deep. And I used to play Civ, and I used to be big on it. But
I just don't feel like they change enough in those games.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I don't think they.
It's another franchise. They just slap another number on it and give it a new coat of paint. That's it.
Well, yeah, because people gonna play it. They really just iterate.
We added 2 new civilizations.
Yeah, like here's give me your time.
Yeah, basically. VR, AR, right?
Yeah.
Not worry about it.
Nobody.
No shade. Shout out to all of you in the category. Shout out to all of you in the category.
Oh yeah,
we just don't care as a group enough about it.
Yeah.
There you go. Unfortunately, shout out to you all. We're just not your audience, and that's perfectly fine.
One of y'all games makes it in the game of the year.
Hey yo, right?
Wow.
That I mean, unfortunately, he's right with that.
I'll put a bunch of weak ass games in here.
Adaptation. Do we even need to talk about this?
Last of Us 2, hands down.
Matt,
I get Last of
Minecraft
Us
should
2.
not be there. Minecraft only got big because it got memed to hell. It was not a good. It was not a actually good movie.
I've heard of Devil May Cry.
But what about
You get out of here.
I didn't watch this anime, but I watched the last anime.
Watch it.
The last anime was fire.
Watch it and waste not. And I'll say it. I'm team innovation, and I'm also on the fence with how like people basically are. I forget dude's name. Just Dragon Ball all through the Facebook group, Twitter, just like basically how he did things. Like how it's not the same.
Animation in that show was excellent.
Yeah, it was good, but it's like people care about how the story is perceived, how Dante's, how he acts, how Lady acted, how like Dante would have done this, wouldn't have done that. Like
I feel like nobody knows what Dante would actually do, and that's so on point for Dante.
Literally.
Yeah, and also the voice actor, because the fact that Johnny Young Bosch plays Nero, plays Dante, and people can't get over that.
And also, The Last of Us 2 is the best adaptation.
I'd say so. It was pretty accurate. Yeah.
I think so.
I think so too. You didn't think Last of Us 2 should have been Game of the Year though? You hate
community support.
Nope.
Community support. Community support.
Come on now.
He said that.
Skip Baldur's Gate 3. Come on now. Don't nothing beat Baldur's Gate 3 in anything.
I disagree
ever.
Again.
ever.
No Man's Sky.
What's the overruled?
He said No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky really isn't a bad. Like I downloaded No Man's Sky too because that shit is.
That game from when it launched to now is like playing. I don't know, playing
Night and Day.
No, it's not. It's not even playing. It's not even Night and Day. It's like
it's different.
Earth and Pluto.
Yeah.
Like
Pluto's not a planet though, but I get what you're saying.
That's the difference.
Exactly.
That's the difference.
That's the point.
Exactly.
Right. Hey yo. Debut indie game. Again, I know Matt, you said you have a problem. There's like Expedition 33 is here yet again. All right, versus the overly talked about Dispatch, and then Blueprints, Spalote, and Megabomb.
I will say Dispatch is dope.
Yeah.
You said what is Dispatch?
No, I said Dispatch is
Dispatch.
Yeah.
No, I thought you said that, Corner.
No, I did not. I don't think I did. I mean, I think I was just saying, Dispatch, but like I think the best game in this category is Expedition
33.
No, I think if Expedition wasn't in this category, it'd be more interesting.
Even
I understand that.
Like when they won at the Golden Joysticks with Expedition 33, one of the speeches,
it was.
They were like, "Play Dispatch because it's dope."
Hey yo, like shout out to people trying to like uplift others. How dare you?
That's tough.
How dare you?
One thing Power World is trying, or Pocket Pair, I should say, is trying to do too. They want to make it like a fund for smaller games.
Mm-hmm.
Just to throw that out there. Go ahead.
Innovation and accessibility.
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight.
South of Midnight.
Yep.
Wait, innovation and accessibility. It was nominated for innovation and accessibility.
Yep.
Yes.
I voted for it. That's right. I didn't even realize like fuck it's because I love the accessibility category, and I think it's a really important one. And some games that really do it very well, but I just haven't played the other games in this category. Well, I ain't giving FIFA my vote. So I didn't play Adamfall. I mean, Doom Dark Ages.
Adamfall was.
That I give it that.
Yeah. I don't want to talk about that game.
I was mean to Adamfall.
Like in a good way or a bad way, or we don't have a time way.
Bad way. That game was trash.
Ooh,
garbage.
Damn. Adamfall?
Adamfall.
I love knowing that games are trash. Then I feel so good about not playing them.
I feel
that game didn't grab me at all.
Yeah, how did it make it here? And it's kind of like, what else should go there instead? If anybody has a thought, I'm not sure.
It should. Let's just give it to South Midnight.
There you go. But just facts.
South
No, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Games for Impact, same thing, right? South of Midnight.
Midnight, yeah.
Now,
Midnight. Go ahead.
What?
Man,
dude, I can't. Now, close in before we get to the. I just quickly touch on the Golden Joysticks. Most anticipated game. 07, First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, The Witcher.
Yes.
I was trying to think of a way of saying this differently, just so I could hear. Like, wait, what?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hitting the button, just you know.
Yeah, I gave it to Wolverine.
I gave it to Wolverine. I gave it to 6.
What the fuck?
I gave it to GTA
What's
6.
going to win is Grand Theft Auto 6. What should win is
It's going to win. Yeah, it's going to win.
We've been anticipating this game forever.
And it's going to win every year until it comes out.
Most delayed game ever. Grand Theft Auto 6.
Is it? Ooh, that'd be a good conversation. What's the most delayed game ever?
Well, Zelda would give it a run for its money, but Zelda actually came out, so you know.
But how much time? You know, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's just really interesting. I know.
This award is really subjective, right?
It is.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
What do you want to play? AKA the
and that's why it's Witcher 4 for me.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand that vote too. I still need to go back and give Witcher 3 proper time.
Okay, so just for the record, Matt and I said Witcher 4, and I think it's Witcher 4.
Okay, it's 2, and then I said 6, and Wavy said Wolverine, and
I said Wolverine.
But these ones are weighted more. Like ours are weighted a little bit more. So, like,
of course, yeah.
Talking about Wolverine's gonna be.
I'll put it to you like this. Witcher 4, and of course, guest, because you being the guest, you darn near family at this point. But Witcher 4, you get one more episode, you're about to be indoctrinated. Stop. Witcher 4 is the quality, you know what I'm saying? For the quality of all of them. And then Marvel's Wolverine, of course, the Marvel series out by this is an Insomniac product. So there's a lot of weight on it too.
Whenever I look at these kind of games, if I'm weighing between two of them, I say which one's easier for people to get a hold of. And Wolverine is a console exclusive, isn't it?
It probably will be, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So
yeah, PS.
less people are going to be anticipating playing it than the other ones.
Okay, you know what? I like that metric. I pointed my finger over here like you're there on my screen. You might be below.
We get the idea.
I just think it should go to the best shit, and I think CD Projekt Red, anything from CD Projekt Red should be highly anticipated.
Unless you're in the first couple months of Cyberpunk.
I think they made up.
JK, yep. Go ahead.
Yeah. I think they made up for Cyberpunk.
They made up for it.
I just made that.
I want to go back and play that too. Where is the time?
It dropped. The initial launch, it was rocky, but they came back and
they dropped the ball, but then they picked up the ball. So yeah,
they sure did. And honestly, the only reason, Frosty, I think we talked about this. The only reason I don't give it to Grand Theft Auto 6, the only reason is because this shit has been. It was announced so long ago. It's been pushed. We've been waiting. Like that's why I think it's gonna be a Marvel, a majestic game that's gonna do crazy stuff. I mean, Grand Theft Auto 6, it's gonna be wild. It's just most anticipate. We've been hoping and anticipating, and now that y'all finally have something of a firm date, now you just gonna get this award. Like, no, you got me fucked up. Witcher 4 should have it. Like, no. Aneta ain't up here though. But if it was up here, that'd be a tough decision.
I'm surprised it's not even up there though. I'm surprised it's not up there
because we don't have a date or anything. Yeah, we don't have nothing. We don't have nothing for that other than
there's no date confirmed for Witcher 4. I think
it's next year.
So, but it's CD Projekt Red, and CD Projekt Red don't.
I think it's set for next year. Now that's a whole other conversation I mentioned to Cornered even for episode, like for how many games, like are we getting back another season of what gets pushed back next, like, you know, like this got announced, it's like this is going for another year, like, you know what I mean, like, all right, you know, you told me about it, but I keep it pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And can I say something really quick on this category? We talked earlier. I'm not trying to drag this on for real, but we talked earlier about sequels, right? Grand Theft Auto 6, Witcher 4, Resident Evil
9.
Hella 9, right? Like,
Hella.
right now, 007 First Light. Like, this is we've had several third-person 007 games. This is just the first in a while.
Yeah.
And then we got Marvel's Wolverine, which is the next new Marvel action adventure game.
Yeah,
definitely a pattern. It's definitely a pattern here with this category.
Yep.
So
wrapping it up. Shout out to anybody listening to this episode. Before December, we got the players' voice votes that come up before the contest. So we had 3 rounds, 3 chances to win. People are going to push, I guess, the whatever list of other games that are just players' choice. We don't have any names for that. It could go anywhere. So we'll see how that goes. Overall, I think all of us are basically anticipating where this will go. We'd have a general mindset across the board where this is going to go December 11th. But shout out to all the nominees. And yeah, got nothing else to say for that, though. Like, could be a few changes.
It's actually really crazy that Digimon got nominated for no awards at all.
I'm not shocked by that, but Pokemon didn't get either. But that's a whole other conversation entirely.
I like that, though.
I know it's not. But that's a whole other conversation entirely. And I know we don't have time for. That's a wrap, squad. Be sure to check us out all across the web at Phucaname, Phucaname. Check out all of our previous episodes all across social media, all across podcast platforms. We're there. Guaranteed. This has been your host, Frosty Phoenix. Catch me across the web at Frosty Phoenix, FROSTYPHENIX. Google me if you want to. Just in that same spelling, 89 for gaming content. Squad, close out your socials, starting with the guest and shameless plugs.
For the Crew podcast is my podcast. Again, it's a soccer specific podcast. 4 the Crew. It everywhere. We're on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Instagram. We have a Blue Sky. We don't use it. Don't have to follow us there. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Music. We're on Amazon. We're about to make a Twitch, so that should be fun.
Hey.
Yeah, we have a Twitch too.
We're about to be on Roku as well, which would be cool. So check out National Soccer Network, and we'll be on there as well.
Tough.
Yeah. So yeah, follow us there, and don't follow me anywhere because I don't do anything personally online.
All right.
You sound like Cordy right now.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what else we have in common? The greatest Star Wars game of all time.
There it is.
Exactly.
Hey, Euro was goody, y'all. Thank y'all for listening to another episode of Phuca-pod, of course. It's your boy Wavy Guy, the waviest one ever, the sneaker lover, anime watcher, video game player. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kith for that little MVC2 collab y'all had. Everything almost sold out, but I mean, shout out to y'all for having the collab in the first place. Of course, rate the podcast 5 stars on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Like and comment to all our videos on YouTube. Help us get some more subscribers and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And yeah. Is another episode, so I'll pass to the next squad mate.
All right. It's been a good one, y'all. I have been Cornered Fox, a.k.a. One Speed Wanda, and if there's nothing else you gain from this podcast, it is that you should vote for Death Stranding 2 for as many awards as you possibly can, because Hideo Kojima is a gem and a national treasure. Everything that he makes is just something so creative and so wonderful, and you really learn something from it. You learn things that you really need to appreciate in the industry. Seriously, it's just beautiful. And so, vote for Hideo Kojima. Vote for everything he touches. Other than that, most anticipated game, vote for Witcher 4, because that should be your most anticipated game also. Look, y'all can catch me with the gang at Phucaname. Like I said earlier, tell us what you like. Tell us what you don't like. Tell us what you agree with and disagree with. We are happy to debate you and talk about hot topics. We're always happy to post about all these random things that are going on in the industry to keep you informed about all these good things. So keep on rocking with us. This is going to be a really awesome game award. So we hope y'all are looking forward to it and keep following us, because we'll keep all the good news flowing your way. That's all we got, y'all. Go ahead, Noob.
One True Noob, here with the trash takes and also the truth bombs. I also don't have any socials right now, but I said 2-time author. and creator of the Order Sanctus. We'll update you very soon on that. And thank you for joining this podcast. Rate us 5 stars on where you can find us, and till the Game Awards, where we will come back and say why every single pick was trash, or Expedition 33. All right.
Corner Fox, aka Once Be Wanted. But in my personal life, I also do some acting, and recently just had a movie premiere for a independent film called Loyal Justice.
Hey.
I've also been in 2 other feature-length films, done a bunch of small film projects, but feature-length films. The first one I was in was called 1 out of 100. You can watch that on, I believe, Amazon Prime, but also Tubi. The second one was called 1 out of 100 Part 2, Heroes. I was in that. You can also watch that on Tubi, or I believe Amazon Prime. Tubi's probably your best bet, though. This one, Loyal Justice, we just had a screening for it a couple weeks ago. That was going to be coming out in the near future. I will let y'all know when. But yeah, that's going on. I got short films that I've been doing. I've written a few short films too that I got cooking. So we'll also keep you posted on that.
Nice.
Thank you for remembering to shout yourself out, because I know we all do, and you over here doing the shadow work, but it needs to be, be heard.
Thank you.
Noob is an author. You know what I'm saying? You doing your work. Wavy out here doing the socials. Matt For Crew doing the important reporting on his favorite soccer team, the team with the most. And I'm your host here, just trying to do all the voice acting things and all that kind of stuff. Again, posting on social to hopefully keep this world generally informed about what is knowledgeable. Gaming, anime, all that kind of stuff. We haven't touched on anime in a long time. We owe y'all that. That being said, let me see if this will work.
Hey.
There you go. Shout out to Desert Skies and the closing.
Out of Desert, man.
See you guys next time. Peace.
Peace.